now today. And
at least she's supporting herself.
Yeah. My
give her that.
daughter's, Aaliyah's 18. I have a son that's 9, one that's 5, one that's 3.5.
Jesus Christ. You just do not let up on yourself, do you?
No. I think maybe your theory is right.
Yourself into this situation.
Is your, how you doing with your wife, though? The present wife, is she cheating?
I don't think so.
You don't know for sure?
You don't
Whoever
think so?
knows for sure.
Do you keep tabs on her? Do you ever, like one of our guys, Sal, caught his wife getting text messages from a guy, 143, I love you, 143. I mean, the poor bastard is like beside himself.
No, but I did. It's kind of weird when you're on the road for like 2 weeks and you come home and the first thing your wife says is, nothing physical happened. I don't know what that means exactly. Did
it really deteriorate? She seems so in love with you at
No,
one point.
she is in love with me. We're
Doesn't sound
getting along great. We are. We're getting along great. No fucking on New Year's Eve. I didn't say ever. I mean, we did it in June.
I worry about you sometimes. You know?
I know.
I don't want you to get so
great.
depressed that you're
I'm not
funny.
depressed.
I mean, you got to stay funny. That's the key.
I'd like to be. You're leading me into areas where I have to defend myself that I'm not dying like today, or that my kids are fucking around, and my wife. I mean, so where is the comedy?
Boy, I never heard of a wife being able to ask for more child support.
Yes.
Oh, you've heard of them reopening these cases over and over again.
Gee whiz.
Nothing physical happened. I would believe it if it was my ex-wife, because if she was a ride at Disneyland, it would be a ride you wouldn't need a seatbelt for.
Well,
I've had some of the best naps in my life laying on top of my ex-wife.
Are you saying that you think a woman is only good in bed if she moves around a lot?
Well, I'd like to, I don't want to feel like I'm impersonating a necrophiliac.
But do you think some of that could be your fault? In other words, maybe the man
Of course
she's
it's
with,
my fault.
Yeah, I mean, you get on top of her and she goes, "Oh, I don't even want to move. I mean, this is not fun."
I don't even have to get on top. All I have to do is say, "Hey, you want to do it?" And they're going, "Ugh." So it's.
Are you bad in bed?
Am I bad in bed?
Yeah.
Not when I'm by myself. I'm not. I think I'm pretty good.
It's just I hate to see you go all the waste. I mean, you're such a vital guy.
I'm not going to. I'm going to be 59 tomorrow.
Wow. Do you want to get off the road? Do you want to stop doing these comedy appearances? Are you done with it?
No. First of all, I love doing it. Second of all,
gets you out of the house.
Yeah, it gets me out of the house, and I want to be. If I keep going, I could actually literally be the last comic standing.
Right. You don't care about the TV show. You want to be the last comic standing in the world.
For real.
Yeah.
I want to be 75 and work in the Funny Bones.
Right. So, and also, when you go on the road, it gives your wife a chance to socialize with people. I would imagine, yeah. Anyway, you've got to go see Robert Schimmel's comedy special, Life Since Then, on Showtime. That's a big accolade when you can have a show on Showtime.
It's been the last hour special I did was in 2000, right before I got diagnosed.
Wow.
Isn't this a lot of pressure for you? Because now when they put it on Showtime, you have to come up with a whole new act when you travel around the country. You can no longer do that act.
Right.
Am I correct?
Yeah. You can. I think you could do it once because people want to see you live that's only saw you on Showtime.
Right.
But the second time around, it's not like a band where you could do the best of. Then they go, "We've heard this already." I'm on Conan tonight.
Ah.
I taped it. I'm curious to see how much it's going to actually air.
What did you do on there?
Well, they make you go through standards and practices, and you have to run the whole set.
It's a whole different set of rules on
No, it really is.
Yeah.
And they're really great to me there, but, standards and practices is really, really sensitive. So I was going to do this thing about me going to Puerto Vallarta and going parasailing, and then I'm standing on the beach wearing a parachute like a mental patient,
right.
And then this rope pulls me into the water and up in the air, and when I'm up there, I get diarrhea, and I'm shitting on the, while I'm in the air. And they said, "Oh, no. You can't say mental patient."
No.
You can't say mental patient.
Wow. Yeah, you didn't
because
get up
they're afraid. No, the diarrhea thing's okay.
Yeah.
The mental patient, forget it.
Wow. No kid. I'm shocked by that.
Yeah, so then I get on there, and, Conan says, "Have fun." And so I think he really means it. So I go out there. Right. And I said that my wife, we were in Maui, she wanted me to go on a 3-man sub with her. And I said, the way my life works, this guy's going to take me to the bottom of the ocean, stop the sub, and say, here's the part where one of you guys blow me or we're not going anywhere. and you don't know my wife because she'd be going, "Bob, you better hurry up because we're going to miss the luau." And I didn't run that by them. And I looked at the audience and I said, I don't know if any of you have ever had sex on a submarine, but my ears were popping like there was no tomorrow. Well, I got off and they said, "What? You didn't run that by us."
Right. Well, you didn't.
And I said, so? And they said, well, you're hinting that you had sex with a guy. And I said, yeah, but he wasn't a mental patient.
You are so right about this standards and practices thing. I read a thing in the paper. Will Ferrell was promoting a new movie, a play.
A play on Broadway.
And in the commercial, he says douchebag. Uses the word douchebag. Now, I know because I've been through the mill with the word douchebag. I used to say it on the radio in Washington.
Yeah.
When I came to New York, they stopped me from saying douchebag. They took Will Ferrell's commercial. They pulled it off the air. No douchebag. You can't say that. And I was very shocked by that the first time it ever happened to me. I mean, what do you mean you can't say douchebag? What's a douchebag? They go, well, that's a bag where women put in
douche
in their vagina and this and that. I said, you're being a little too literal, I think.
Yeah, no, they really do. Because actually the beginning of the bit was that I was claustrophobic and that I can't even go on the sub at Disneyland. And that doesn't even go underwater. And I said, now they changed it, and it's like it's the Nemo ride. It's the same fucking sub from when Disney was still alive. They just have a different color fish they shake in front of the window. So there's like a line, and it says 2 hours from here. So I said, when I was running the set, I told my kid, I'm not waiting in this line. If you want to go on this ride, you better start stuttering or limping or something. Because and then he was like, Nemo. They said, no. You can't do that because somebody might call and say, hey, my kid's like that, and that's not funny.
Right.
I can't believe you're still at that phase of your life where you're going to Disneyland, Nemo, all this stuff.
I have a 5-year-old and a 3.5-year-old.
You're too old for this stuff.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, of course. I'm too old for this stuff. I'm younger than you. This is too much for me to even comprehend.
When was the last time you were at Disneyland?
Never.
There you go.
Hey, so you're going on Conan. You taped it already.
Yeah.
Now, are you allowed on Kimmel now that Sarah's mad at you? I think maybe you'll be banned.
No. I got asked to be on there, and I don't think that there's a connection between that. And I don't think he connects me to Jess, just like she doesn't.
All right, let's see.
Not
because
really.
I don't know, because Sarah has it in for you and your daughter.
Not for me.
Yes, well, not for you, but indirectly, she's got to take it out on you. I think you're in big trouble.
Okay, well, what else is new?
Bob Schimmel, as I was saying, a comedy special, Life Since Then, this month on Showtime. That's a big deal. What's that, an hour?
It's an hour. Premiered last night, yeah.
The DVD of Bob's special is available at Amazon.com.
Yeah, thanks to all you pirates out there. They're releasing the DVD the same time the special comes out.
And Bob's book, Cancer on $5 a Day, is still available on paperback.
It just came out on paperback.
Right. It was available in hardcover, and now it's in paperback. And let's take a couple of phone calls. Hi, Matt. You're on the air. Bob Schimmel is here, and you're in Pasadena, California, Matt.
Yeah, I just wanted to apologize for something I said to Bob like 10 years ago.
What'd you say?
Well, I was in a comedy club. I don't even remember this, Bob. It was in Rhode Island, and I'm in a wheelchair. I'm a comic. I kind of had the run of the place, and I was totally wired out of my tits. And I went in there, and I was trying to prove, I guess, that I was a comic. I had worked with Lenny Clark the night before, and he got out of doing this interview by saying he had a thing the next day with early in the morning for kids with cancer. And I go to Bob, I go, can you imagine that? Kids with cancer. Does it get any better than that? And it wasn't until the next day when I sobered up that I realized, holy shit, he was looking at me like, are you an asshole or an idiot?
What kind of thing is that? I don't even understand this story. It's crazy.
The most famous thing, if you only know one thing about Bob, is that he did this incredible bit about his kid dying of cancer.
Yeah, I know that. But
yeah, it was on this show. That's the only place I ever did it.
Yeah, but we feel very honored, by the way.
Yeah.
That Bob would do that here.
But anyway, I'm really sorry, Bob. I don't know.
All right, thank you, Matt.
That's okay. You know what? I didn't even remember that you did it. And I don't know what wired out of your tits means, really.
Yeah, that sounded very strange to me. And quite frankly,
from a guy.
Yeah, I don't think you really let the audience affect you when you go around the country doing these shows, do you?
No, well, I don't want people to be offended. I thought he was going to say that he was offended that I did a joke about a wheelchair and that he came over and he was in a wheelchair. But no.
I almost fell asleep during his story, quite frankly. I couldn't even believe it. So anyway,
I'll tell you who texted me, though. 𝗀𝐫𝐭𝐢𝐞.
𝗀𝐫𝐭𝐢𝐞?
Penthouse Pet of the Year. I hosted the Exotic Dancer Awards when she won. So she started texting me going, I'm going to be on Howard Stern. She said, why don't you fly into New York and go on with me? And Melissa was like, no, you're not going to go on with a stripper. Every time you say we have problems, you're going to show up with her. And she texted me yesterday and said, good luck on there. She's a really nice girl.
Do you do that with your wife to make her jealous, that kind of thing?
No, because she knows that Taya would never do anything, and neither would I, because I can't afford to. I can't.
No, you can't, not with what you're paying out.
I know, like sports guys, that pay less than I do.
Why is
sure.
that?
Because they could
Rappers.
they pay less than I do.
Why did what does your lawyer say about that? Did you say to him, I know rappers who pay less?
Yeah. He said, you don't have any money to pay me to ask me any questions anymore. So this guy has like a $25,000 retainer, and then he calls me up and says, who do you like in the playoffs? And I said, is the clock running? Because they charge like crazy money just to read a letter. I mean,
it's ridiculous.
It's a nightmare once you get involved in that stuff.
And well, she's, my 18-year-old moved back in with me, so she lives with me now, and Vicky only has Jacob. And to want more money for him, where there's no way she's spending that kind of money on him.
$120 a year.
She's living with a guy.
Right.
And when I performed in Vegas last time, Jessica called me up and she said, Mom is coming up to Vegas with her boyfriend. And I said, so? She goes, I hope you don't run into her. And I said, you know how big Vegas is, and there's a lot of people here. And Melissa was going to come up to surprise me. And Melissa and Vicky don't really get along. And if they would have wound up together in the lobby of the hotel, it would have beat the Oscar De La Hoya fight. And
why don't they get along?
Why don't they get along?
Bad,
No, why? Because both of us put her in the middle.
I see.
And that's bad. They don't want to be there.
She had to choose.
So then Lee calls me up and goes, okay, this is fucked up. Now, I wasn't supposed to tell you this. Melissa's on her way up here with the kids, driving up.
Right.
And Vicky's on her way up here with the boyfriend. And I said, so what? So what? Vicky's staying at the hotel I'm performing at. And I'm coming into the lobby from press. I'm on the marquee. I'm on a billboard on the 15 freeway.
Why would she want to do that? She's angry with you. Why would she want to
I walk in, there she is with the boyfriend who I never met. This guy's living in my house. And she goes, what a surprise. Yeah, it would be a surprise if you ran into me in the ladies' room at Circus, not here in the hotel that I'm working in. Why would you show up here? And then, I'm not making this shit up. You know I'm not.
I know.
And then I said, I want to meet your boyfriend because I haven't met him. He lives with you. She said, there's no reason for you to meet. And I said, yes, there is. I have a 9-year-old son that lives in the house with this guy, and I've never met him.
That's true.
So then the guy comes over. I said, I just want to tell you that Aaliyah, my daughter, and Jacob told me that you're a really nice guy and you treat them really cool, and I really appreciate that.
Right.
And he said, can I talk to you man to man? And I said, oh, why? Could one of us be a girl? I mean, and he puts his arm around me and takes me like 3 steps away, but in earshot of Vicky, and says, why don't you be a man and step up to the plate and give some more money to your wife, because we can't live on what you're sending. We can't live on what you're sending.
Wow.
And that's exactly the amount that she's asking for, is the amount he asked for in the lobby at the Monte Carlo. So then that wasn't enough.
Does he work, though? I mean, can't he help out with,
Why would he?
Busy.
Why would he when they have
why
Why would he when they have a Jew donkey like supporting them? So
he's busy helping to spend.
Jew donkey.
Can you say to the
spend Bob's
I hope my
money.
parents don't hear that.
Can you say to the judge, look, I don't believe they need this much money. Can you at least appeal? Can you throw
adults.
yourself
Are
on
you
the mercy
kidding?
of the court?
Mercy of the court?
Yeah.
I spent the night in jail when we were going through divorce. There's no mercy there. Are you kidding?
Why did you go to jail when you were going through a divorce?
Because I can't keep my mouth shut. So here's what happened. When they were trying to figure out spousal maintenance and child support, her lawyer had a chart on the wall. It was really big. And they picked the year 2000 to pick what income they were going to judge the spousal maintenance and child support on. 2000 is the year that I shot the pilot.
They have a big chart of all the money you earned on the wall.
Yes. So it says Robert Schimmel, 1999 to 2000.
Right.
That's the year I shot my HBO special.
Right.
I had the record deal with Warner Brothers. I shot the pilot with Fox.
They picked the best year of your career.
Yeah, and all the personal appearances. And it has that number up there. And underneath, it said Vicky Schimmel, and there was a red 0.
Right.
And her lawyer said, as you can see, Mr. Schimmel earned this amount of money in the year 2000, and Mrs. Schimmel earned nothing. And she said, what does that tell you, Your Honor? And I said, well, it tells me she should get a job because it looks she's not contributing.
Right.
I mean, her own lawyer is showing you. And
they threw you in jail for that?
Yeah.
Contempt of court.
Contempt of court. I had to spend the night in there. So, and now I got to go back to a hearing, and Lee or somebody's going to go with me because they're afraid to let me go by myself because I'll get tossed again.
Why didn't your lawyer put up a big picture of your wife, what she looked like in, let's say, 1995, and then what she looks like now? And then start, if you want to start making comparisons.
That doesn't work, especially because we had a female judge.
That would suck with a female judge.
Well,
Female
I'm sorry
judge.
you're going through that. I've never met your first wife. I don't know the boyfriend. They're probably lovely people.
They are.
It's just, it's a hard situation. It's a tough situation. What are you going to do?
A lot of
women
people in
don't-
show business have that story because show business, your earnings are so sporadic, and then they picked up the best year, and then
Well, it's not only that.
Have you ever had a year like that since?
No.
I mean, for God's sake,
I haven't had 3 years in a row that have added up to that.
Right.
And they don't know about show business in Phoenix. That's where the divorce was.
Right,
So when you tell a
motherfuckers.
lawyer, wait a minute, don't go by that number because I got an agent that gets 10%.
Right.
I got a manager that gets 15%.
And you might never have another year like that ever.
Yeah, so she
they're
said...
putting up before commission? Gross before
Yeah, gross. It's the gross number. So
my
the judge
God.
goes, well, what does your agent do? Well, he procures my work, and he gets 10% for that.
Right.
She said, well, then what does your manager do? And I said, well, I've been trying to figure that out for like 3 years. Then I said, I have a CPA. He charges 5%.
That's
Then you have the
reaming. That is
lawyer.
just
Then you have a
reaming.
publicist. Then you like at least 40% to the IRS. So that money is just, that's a false number up there.
Was the
Very
judge,
false.
Did the judge understand that or no?
No.
Did not understand that. Well, Artie, return the cupcakes. What are you doing? The guy needs food.
I'll tell you what, if I were him, I'd be lucky if I got a Danish from the corner. There's a $200 box of cupcakes.
If you were him, you'd be
That's
on heroin,
nice to
right?
say on the air when I'm fighting to tell her I don't have the money to give her.
Well, it's a gift.
$200 cupcakes.
No,
Robert
these are
Schimmel.
$1.50 tops.
Well, let me tell you something. In fact, as a treat, I'll show you how good these cupcakes are. Howard TV sped up Artie eating your cupcakes in high speed.
Oh yeah,
Really?
He just
I had
polished
2 of them.
He had 2 of them. Here, look at the screen if you can see it. There, it is. And there goes Artie.
This is my favorite.
I love how you use a napkin.
Yeah,
Well, you need a napkin.
dainty.
What am I, an animal?
While we were doing the interview, here's what Artie was doing. All right. Very
Well, I
good.
don't want to. You guys are talking about serious shit.
I did an interview yesterday, a phoner, with this guy that came back to see us when we did that show up in, was it Rhode Island or wherever?
Yeah,
Not the tent with the spider.
the 𝐀𝐫𝐭𝐢𝐞, Massachusetts. Like the
that-
Chinese restaurant place.
No, wherever it was where Bill Blumenreich had the bottle of Jack Daniels or whatever is in the
Yeah.
back, and he said, I was going to buy, or Johnny Walker.
Right,
He said,
Jack Daniels.
He said, I was going to buy you like this best one, and he goes, I don't care. I don't know the difference. And you went up there. I don't know how you walked on stage. I was convinced that I was going to be on the liver transplant list just from being in the green room with him.
Yeah, he drinks a lot.
He went up there. He's supposed to do 45. I'm supposed to do 45.
Right.
He opens with this thing about the N-word where I haven't heard it that many times in my life.
Right.
And he's
The
just
N-word.
going and going and going and
You
going.
don't use the N-word at all in your act?
No.
No, you use foul language, though.
Yeah, I don't think it's foul language.
Right,
It's
it's language.
appropriate to what I'm talking about.
He's a really smart, dirty comic, Bob.
Right,
It's like,
yeah.
you know,
It's not in the
It's not
punchline.
gratuitous, right?
Yeah.
Listen.
yeah, that was a Bill Blumenreich. There's a guy.
I've
Well,
learned
I
a
wish I
lot.
had his money from comedy. Bill
Yeah,
Blumenreich.
he said you could stay at our house, and then he's complaining that he doesn't make money, and he has a Rolls Royce in the driveway. Remember that?
He picked us up in a Bentley.
Yeah.
This guy promotes comedy.
Right.
Picked us up in a Bentley, and he goes, well, you could stay at my house because we had one gig in Cape Cod. The next gig was in, like, 𝐀𝐫𝐭𝐢𝐞, Massachusetts. He goes, you stay at my house in Cape Cod. So we're like, great. He picks us up in a $200,000 Bentley that says comedy on the license plate. And me and Bob are in the back going, we're on the wrong side of this business. He pulls up to a mansion on the ocean.
And he's singing the blues.
Go be funny, Jew donkey.
Yeah.
He's
He's
letting
singing
you
the blues.
stay there.
He had a Jew and a guinea donkey.
You're not kidding. See Robert Schimmel's comedy special, Life Since Then, on Showtime. I encourage you to see it, to see what a real master is like when he's working at his craft. And the DVD of Bob's special is available at Amazon.
That's right. That might actually get me the money to pay my wife.
I doubt it. It sounds like you got a big nut.
Bob, on the road, do you still do this? You take a suit everywhere. He's
Yeah.
real old school. He takes
Old
a
school.
suit. He's got, the tailored suit pressed and
I
everything.
like when a comic comes out and he wears a suit. It means he's taking his job seriously.
Oh, no, yeah. He takes it
You're
all.
in the hands of a
That's
professional.
right. I would like to see you go to that. When you lose a few pounds, you'll get a nice suit.
We
and go out there.
need 4 of Bob's suits to sew together.
Artie was so funny that night, and And, you know, he toasts the audience, and that gives them the message to start sending shots up to the stage. And he doesn't want to, you know, offend anybody.
Right.
So
he's a gentleman.
He just drinks them like, I mean, they were lining them up on the floor like they were lights in a runway at the airport.
Artie hates to offend.
Yes.
And the DVD of Bob's special is available at Amazon.com. Bob's book, Cancer, on $5 a day. Read it. Real funny. Now available on paperback. Anything with cancer in the title is always a scream. Bob, I love you. And it's always great seeing you.
Good luck.
Thanks.
I hope you make the $120,000 this month. I really do. I'm pulling for you. We'll be back right after these words. The great Bob Schimmel, everyone.
Robert,
Hey, man.
how's it being back on the show?
Oh, it's great. Are you kidding? A year is too long to wait. It really
It is, man.
Yeah.
So you brought cupcakes for Howard's birthday, and
Yeah.
Artie devours them.
Well, my manager called me and said, you know, Artie loves cupcakes. Bring him a cupcake. And I knew that McCartney brought a guitar in yesterday, but I can't afford a guitar. I was going to try and go to Sam Ash and get him like a guitar pick. So I just figured I'd get a dozen donuts and then they could all split them.
Make for good.
But Howard's been great for me, and but you know, in my real life, in my real world where I live, people think that everything in there is absolutely 100% the truth, and some of them don't want to be in show business.
So you had a good time today, man?
I had a great time.
Great. Thanks for stopping.
First time in like 5 or 6 years that I was alone without Jessica.
Oh, really?
Let me look at Paul McCartney.
There he is.
Look at you.
Hello.
You got a guitar.
To you, a very merry on birthday to Howard.
He's bringing you a
That's for you, man. That's a gift.
Whoa.
Very
It's a birthday
nice.
gift. Where am I going?
Get the hell out
Where am I
of
To
going
the
to sit?
couch. To the
On the
couch.
couch?
To Howard, happy birthday, Paul McCartney. Is this
Very
one of your
nice.
basses?
No,
Oh. What
it's
is
Did you just
yours.
pick that up?
No, really. Where'd you get this bass?
It's me and the crew here. Concocted. It's for your fourth column.
But what is this bass? Tell me so I understand what I have here. My hands.
It is a Hofner bass, similar to the one that I play.
right.
And,
I'm gonna cherish that.
I hope
Yeah, I
so.
recognize it.
You know, I mean, I really have this unbelievable feeling about you, and I'm honored you would be here today.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy you're here. I even went home last night, listened to your new record.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I was playing some tracks from it this morning. I think you had a home run with this.
You're
Who's
onto
this guy?
something with this music. You should keep with
You
it.
think so?
Stick with it. The guy Youth, right? That's the guy you work with.
Yeah.
And the project is called what? Fire?
Yeah, what we do, it started a long time ago, and we decided to kind of go under a pseudonym, me and him. He's a DJ kind of clubby kind of guy.
Right.
Who once did a mix for me. So we decided we'd go in the studio and just have fun.
Right.
And not work.
Right.
So we concocted this idea of the fireman. So we went in and we kind of made sort of like clubby dinger-dunga music.
Right.
We just made a couple of albums like that.
No vocal tracks.
No vocal tracks.
Right.
But so this time we went in, we said, let's do it again. This time we went in, he started saying to me, well, what about vocal, man?
Right.
I said, I haven't got a song. He said, yeah, well.
But do you sit there and write a lyric?
No, so I just stood up at the mic, and we had the track going, you know, kind of, we got a groove going. And I just stood up at the mic and went, well, yeah, okay, now, ballet, and just started throwing things at it, you know. And then I'd hear a bit of a lyric, or we'd look in a poetry book or something, and we'd see silent lovers, oh yeah, angels smiling. So we just started to concoct it and put it together and paste it.
That's how you do it? You don't
Yeah.
sit down and write something down in a book? And
No, so that's the fireman. That's the whole thing about the fireman. He can do anything.
I think it's real good stuff.
Thank you.
I like it a lot. I
Thanks,
played
man.
a couple of tracks this morning for everyone, and I'll play some more. But it's exciting for me to see you making new music and to put your voice down on there. It's good. You're doing a good thing.
Have you ever gotten into a slump with music? Have you ever said, you know, I need to be away from it for a while, or has it always been there for you?
I'm very lucky. That doesn't really happen. You kind of think it will.
Mm-hmm.
Why
You
do
know.
so many of the songs deal with the light? In other words, I see references to light shining through. And my theory was, I was being a psychologist, you went through a dark period, shitty marriage, which, by the way, who told you to get the prenup? Do you remember?
Stop it, Howard.
When you were on my show.
Let's not say I told you so.
I'm gonna do a little I told you so. You said to me, I know I'm in love. I said, and you told me a whole story how an owl told you yes, and this is the right move. Do you remember the owl story?
No.
You've forgotten
I
everything.
deny everything.
And I said to you, never mind an owl. I want you to get a prenup. And you said some people believe in love and some people believe in romance. Oh, you don't
No
care about that.
prenup.
No prenup.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh, of course you got to do one. Come on.
Why does he
Oh,
have to
man.
do
Hey,
one?
well,
He
didn't
seems
Michael
to be
Douglas
able to
do
make
one and
these
then he's
things-
kind of cancelled
He
it?
ripped it up.
But they
That's
said
cool.
that doesn't count.
He's insane.
Yeah, but he's a moron.
They
He's
said
not a
he-
Beatle.
You know what? He
Right.
might just be in love.
If I was you, I'd find that owl, and I know you're a vegan, but I'd eat that owl. For once, you make an exception and eat the bird.
Oh, man.
But I was worried, you know what, because I said all these references to light.
Yeah.
It says almost you're saying now there's a light shining on me. I'm free.
Yeah.
I
Back
feel
in the
better.
sun.
Well, you know,
I'm
the
happy.
thing is, when you do a project like The Fireman, because you're not actually sitting down and crafting the song, I think what happens is, psychologically, I think stuff that's just in you comes out, because that's all you've got to pull on. So
Yes.
I think love and light and, you know...
And it's a darker, edgier album than I think you've ever put out. And I think it's because you went through a dark place. And sometimes creatively, that's maybe what you need.
You know, that could be true.
Maybe
I don't
life was
know.
too
I'm not a
perfect.
Maybe
psychologist.
the eventual birth of something good.
And by the way, I feel now that there is almost like a TV show going on in front of our eyes, The Bachelor, starring Paul McCartney. Everyone's trying to date you now.
No, I don't know about that.
Well, hold it a second.
Are you?
Well, Robin is, and I'll get to that in a
He's
minute.
after me.
There's a couple of girls here that actually want to throw themselves at you. But here's the thing. There was a period of time after the divorce, I saw you dating Renee Zellweger, a couple of dates with her, who I think is attractive. I like her. Maybe
Sweet
she's,
girl.
you know, she's good to me. Mrs. Paul McCartney, Mrs. Renee Zellweger, well, you know, I like that.
Zellweger McCartney.
I thought Zellweger McCartney might work out. I saw Christy Brinkley when I saw you over the summer.
Yeah.
She was throwing herself at you.
Howard,
How'd
you know what,
how'd
Howard?
duck that
You
one?
read too many newspapers.
Hold
This is it. See, I'll tell you, want to know the truth about that?
Yeah.
I was at, they had a series of concerts out in East Hampton.
I was there.
You were there.
I saw you.
And at one of these, my nephew, who I went with, Lee,
right.
he just sort of said, "Oh, Chrissy's over there. Do you want to say hi?"
Yes.
So I go, "Yeah, sure." You know, so you know, I've known her over the years, Billy's wife, and when she was Billy's wife. So I just went over and said, "Hey, how are you doing, Chrissy?" And I did a mwah, mwah.
And they photographed.
And they
was it.
photographed it. So then the next thing you know, Paul makes up to Chrissy. Wow, it's the big new thing. It was all over the English newspapers. And then same thing happened with Renee, really. She was a friend of a friend, and I went to a lunch where she was. And so then, you know...
But hold it. The
But
thing
aren't
with
you trying
Renee,
to meet these people? You go to a
Yeah.
lunch with her?
you're more social than you've ever been now.
I'm a
You're out there.
social,
You
I'm
gotta
a social person, Howard.
No, you have to put yourself out there because you're dating. And you are a man who needs love. This is why I feel
You
very
don't like to
connected
be
you.
alone.
I feel you're very evolved this way.
Does anyone like to be alone?
No.
I
And
think,
feel
you know, guys like romance.
You
love.
never made
well,
it-
I do, anyway.
You never made out with Renee Zellweger?
I did not... And now, Howard, you're going there again. I remember last time
Why
I came on
wouldn't you,
the
though?
show...
She's fine.
She's a very nice person.
But not your type.
No, I mean, we just...
The date didn't work out.
It wasn't like that.
But it is like that.
No, it isn't.
If
Romance-
you did
Howard,
like her, you would
I
have gone
was
out with
there.
her again.
I was there. I
Are
was
you
the
attracted
guy.
to her? Are you attracted to her?
I think she's a very nice person.
But you would not go out
I
with her?
think you're a very nice person.
Would you go out with me?
No.
I would.
Was there a thing with Rosanna Arquette?
Yeah. Now, Rosanna Arquette, that was the other one.
There were some ladies during that summer
Right.
that I did date, and
I would
you know,
love
it
to
was
have
all
sex
very-
with her. Rosanna Arquette.
But Howard,
would be
I
terrific.
think you would love to have sex with anyone. I mean,
Anybody who would.
or am I wrong?
You are right.
I thought so.
So you were into this whole dating scenario that I was following because I'm worried about you. I am. I want you to find love. I want you to be connected to somebody good. I was horribly affected by your divorce. I didn't like what was going on one bit. And I was
I don't
very
know if you
vocal
heard
about it.
us during that time, but
No, I didn't. I was in England. It probably a good thing, was it?
But you know what I respect about you? You took the high road.
You know what, man? I mean, things don't always work out,
You're
and
telling
you know,
me.
you know that,
Right.
And I like the idea of trying to be kind of reasonably dignified. I don't think it helps to really go mouthing off all the time. And the other thing you got to remember, I got kids, you know.
And you got a daughter with Heather.
I got a little baby, yeah. And so that's very much part of the equation. So in truth, what I'm trying to say to you now is I don't really talk about that.
Good for you.
So should we talk about the fireman?
Are you happy? Yes, I'm going to talk about the broad. Are you happy with this new broad you're with?
No.
Who's that?
The new woman. The rich one. I like her for you. I'll tell you
The
why.
New Yorker.
The New Yorker. I'll tell you
the
why
New
I like
Yorker.
her for you. And I'll get off it. But let me tell you why I like this broad. I don't know her name. Nancy. I like her.
You do know her name.
I had to think about it.
Why do you like her for him?
Because 𝗫𝐿𝐶𝗄𝐿, she got her own money.
You don't know her name?
And that's a good thing. Sir Paul's got to be very, very nervous about that.
Everyone knew her
You're a
as
very
Nancy.
wealthy man. Everyone knew her as Nancy.
Yeah,
you know
you
that.
already
Right?
I know.
Okay, right.
It's all coming
They
true.
said her name was Miguel, but she called herself Lil. You understand what I'm saying? So my point is, this one, I don't know her from a hole in the wall. What do I know about you and your dating and whether she satisfies you sexually? I don't know. I can only guess.
Yeah.
I mean, who could satisfy you sexually? You're Paul McCartney.
You
think I could?
I've got a feeling, Howard, and that's really why I came on this show.
You never made love to a man.
No, I haven't actually, no.
There's a new book out about John that claims
Have you read that book?
Have you read that?
You know, that rumor came out a long time ago, and the thing was, the person that started the rumor, the book that it was in,
right,
he didn't know John.
Right.
And whereas I did. So I said to people, you know, around about that time, I said, look, I was on tour with John. I grew up with John. We slept in the same bed in hotel rooms. We topped and tailed it like kids do, you know, and you're growing up. And I said, and never once did I see any hint of that. Now, you know, we spent drunken nights together.
Right.
I think there would have been a hint. Don't you?
When he was
Here's
out
what
of
the
control.
Somewhere. If he was gay, I
Yes.
think there would have just been a hint somewhere.
Here's
But
the-
it was a rumor started years ago
Here's
that I
what-
think it's a nice story if you can make it stick. But I don't think it's true.
Here's
at all.
what the book claimed. Your sexuality was so powerful over him. He was so enamored of you, so attracted to you almost, that you could have your way with him. Not sexually.
Did you feel a power
but in
over
business,
him?
that
No.
you had that he was sort of at your mercy because he was so in love with you. That was the theory in the book.
Well, you know, I mean, I like that theory.
Yeah. You wish that could have been true.
No, man.
No, not to have sex, but to be able to control him more because it would have been a little bit easier
No,
business-wise.
but Howard, listen, man.
Yeah.
You can make up theories about anything.
Do you
Right.
You know?
imagine if you were gone and he was here, they'd be saying he had the power over you?
I think
thank
that
God
might be
you're
very
here.
true. I mean, you know, we can make up anything, and that is really, particularly with the Beatles, that's what happens. They just take one tiny fragment of evidence,
Right.
and they blow it up into a book, even, you know.
Yes.
Now, the thing is, I mean, let's start right here now. Why is she behind that glass? Because she
gotta
is
keep her
so,
away from you.
Robert
That's
is
right,
so
you'd be in
powerfully attracted to you
No.
and the power you have over
Well,
her.
that's true.
You know what I mean? We
She
can
is
make
in
that
love with
stick.
it. Make
couldn't
it
we?
stick. She's in love with me. Trust me.
You wish.
He's already,
come on.
He's
You
already
wish.
started that rumor.
Do you want 30? While we're talking about love for a second, and
Yes.
before because I want to play some tracks from the record, and I'm gonna be very complimentary because you did a good job here, and when you do a good job, I'll let you know it.
Thank you, Howard.
All right. Now, Robin, do you want to say something to Paul about how you feel about him?
Well,
and
I just
you
wanted
said
to
this morning you would
simply
like. Go
say,
ahead.
I'm throwing my hat into the ring. You need someone to be with, and I'm here for you. And I'm a vegan, so we don't have that issue.
Robin, what is going on?
I think that we could
I'm
be
thinking
very-
I'm just coming on a radio
Paul,
show,
I
and
think
this
that we
is
could be very
it's
happy
the dating
together.
game.
I was
I
shocked.
think
She
we could
said
be
she
very
wants
happy
you.
together.
Well, I'm very
low
flattered.
maintenance.
Is it
No,
your
low
perfect
maintenance.
date for the inauguration?
She's
Take me to the inauguration, Paul, please.
Now Artie wants you too, but I'll let him tell us about that.
He can have his turn later.
In all seriousness, there does seem like there's a sweepstakes out there for you. It's a dating sweepstakes. And listen, and you know what I'm going to tell you? Enjoy yourself a little
Just
bit.
imagine being an eligible bachelor
yeah.
It's like
at this time.
That'd be good.
It's like your daughter Stella said. Dad, be a little more selective.
The kids would
Did she
like
say
me,
that?
Paul.
Yes.
The kids would
She-
like me. Kids like me.
Yeah.
Do they?
Yes.
Well, okay then. It's inauguration all the way.
So
No, you listen, Howard. You are bad. You know, you come on this show. You just make all this up. I love you.
what have
but
I made
you're
up?
bad.
What have I made up? You were dating this girl,
No,
Nancy.
you made that up. Yeah, but I mean, you know, you're
But
throwing, throwing Robin
no.
at me.
She
I'm
loves you.
throwing me at you.
Show Paul your breasts.
Oh, stop it. I don't think he would like that.
You ever dated a black woman? Ever gone interracial?
Sure he have.
Oh, what do you mean? How do you know?
I
that?
know all about it.
Have you dated black women?
Yes, I have.
You have. When was that period of time?
Back in the day.
Before
It
Linda?
was in the day. It was
Really?
before John fell in love with me. Stop it.
Too much.
Yeah.
All right, listen. We have to get to a lot of stuff. When you come in here,
I
it's
guess
not
I'm
often I
being
get a hold of you.
rejected. Oh.
I think you were just
I'll
rejected.
live, I suppose.
Robin owns 2 homes, by the way, just so you know. What do you think of that?
Honestly.
Right. So
I
now,
made, like I was thinking of making my pitch all this time.
you got to answer some Beatle type questions before we get to
That's
that.
okay. I like the
All right,
Beatles.
all right.
Very good band.
Just tell me something about Abbey Road for 1 second. Because
Yeah.
we were having a discussion before you came in and everyone was throwing out questions. I had heard that Abbey Road was not supposed to be called Abbey Road. You were going to call it something like Mount Everest or something.
Yeah.
This is true?
That is true, yeah.
What is the story there?
Well, you're making an album, and towards the end of the album, you start thinking, well, we need a title for this. So you're looking around, you're fishing around. And the engineer, Jeff Emmerich, who is our Beatle engineer, who did all the great sounds for us, was smoking cigarettes called Everest. They're like a kind of menthol cigarette at the time. And we kind of looked at that and said, Everest.
It's a good
It's
name.
kind of, it's big, it's heroic. That could be good for the album. So that was the working title. But the more we thought of it, we went, no, this is not great. And just one day we were in Abbey Road working, and I just sort of said, well, look, why not Abbey Road? Because if we did that, we could just run outside.
Right.
There's a level crossing, as we call it out there, zebra crossing. And we could just stand there, we could get photographed, come back to work. It'd take 2 seconds.
Right.
I said, and it's not a bad title, Abbey Road. To us, it was kind of just the name of a studio. But I thought if you take it out of context, it kind of sounds like Monastery Lane. Abbey Road.
Isn't it weird how just a simple thought like that becomes a legend? I mean, that's like iconic now, Abbey Road.
Yeah.
And yet it could have been called Everest. And that would have required the Beatles to fly to Mount Everest and
For
do a
the
whole
cover
photo
shot.
shoot. So in a way, it was sort of a lazy approach.
It was a cheap approach.
It was a cheap approach. What do you think of Ringo now coming out with this statement? He will not sign anything. Did you see Peace and Love, Peace and Love?
Yeah.
Have you heard that?
I love him.
It's the great.
I think he's cool, man. I mean, you got to love Ringo.
Yeah.
The thing is, the truth is, Ringo was always like that.
Right.
Really?
He was the one, if fans came to his door, he'd just say, piss off.
Right.
And he would not have anything. He'd say, this is my private life. Out there, I'm a Beatle, that's fine, and I'll do things, when we go to shows. But I'm at home with babies and a wife. I don't want that.
But it's a big statement to come out with.
I know it is,
all of a
yeah.
sudden, I will not sign anything. I said on the air, I said, listen, Ringo's not that busy. I mean,
He
Paul
said
McCartney.
he was too busy. He said he was too busy.
I mean,
No,
he's
but
too
listen.
busy. What is he busy with? That he's so busy.
Now he's signing mine now.
Right. I mean,
I've
you will
sent him
sign
mine.
things. You sign things from time to time.
I
mean,
just
it's-
signed outside the studio here,
Absolutely. It's not a big deal.
No, but the thing is, listen, he has the right to do whatever he wants to do in life.
You know who-
And he doesn't want to do that. And I think it's very brave of Ringo. I like that about Ringo. He'd just go, peace and love, I'm not going to sign. And everyone go, what? I mean, you know what happened to him? He went up to Liverpool. Liverpool was just declared the capital of culture in Europe.
Right.
And so it was a big year for our hometown, Liverpool. So Ringo goes up there, and he opens the ceremony, he plays. The whole city loves him. He's the favourite son. Right. And he comes back down to London. He goes on a talk show, and the guy sort of says, well, you must love Liverpool and miss it. He goes, no, really. And so all the people in Liverpool going, ooh. And there was some, the topiary stuff where they make statues out of out of hedges.
Yes.
Well, there was one with the Beatles, up in Liverpool, and his head got cut off. shortly after.
They were mad at him.
They were mad at him.
So he,
I mean,
rubs
you've
people
got to
the wrong
love
way.
him. I love him.
I play that statement almost every day on the air. But you know how you get
Well,
him in
they're
line?
now saying that he's refraining from making any new messages because he got so much flack from that.
You know
Yeah.
who's sitting and waiting to sign things? Pete Best. He'll sign anything.
We've had him on here, you know.
When you release these early Beatles anthology things, you know, like Yoko gives you permission whenever you have to go through all that mess.
How you two doing?
How you and Yoko?
Fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wasn't there a 13-minute track you wanted to release that the Beatles had done, and then and Yoko said no?
It wasn't Yoko, actually. No, I think George didn't like it at the time.
Right.
The thing is, I was asked to do something in the 60s, and I was kind of grooving around London, and the other guys were kind of living out a little bit in the suburbs.
Right.
They'd all got married, so I was just kind of grooving around, and I got asked to do a piece of music for a thing called the Carnival of Light, which is a real sort of hippie thing, man.
Right.
And it was great, you know, and the guy said, you could do anything. So I just went into the studio before a Beatles session, and when the guys came in, I said, look, can we just have 15 minutes where I'll just organise a little bit of craziness? Is everyone up for it? And the guy said, yeah, sure, you know. So I said, okay, well, just wander around and just hit anything you want, just say anything you want, just play a ding on the piano,
right.
or go on the drums, or say,
Avant-garde music. Yes.
Avant-garde.
Yes.
Oh,
As George used to call it, avant-garde a clue.
Yeah.
So I said, well, we'll just do this for 15 minutes, and then that's me covered. I'll give it to the guy. We put a lot of echo on it.
Right.
So we did that, and it is 15 minutes of avant-garde Beatle music. Now, because the Beatles was such a big thing, it now is of interest.
Right.
But, you know, I meet people at, like, my kid's school. There's, like, a nice dinner lady there who I chat to. She said, ooh, new Beatles music, 15 minutes. Ooh. I said, I don't think you'd like it.
Right. Nobody might.
It's
like
not
it.
what you're thinking it is.
Right.
It's kind of, hey, about you. Yeah, whoop, 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 whoop.
But you were willing to let it out there. But
Cool.
George was against it.
You know what I thought it might be good on the anthology.
Right.
Where we were putting everything out. It was like every old bootleg we'd ever done. And I thought that might be an interesting part of the kind of 60s story. I thought that was the perfect place
Is
for
that
it.
good for Pete Best financially? Because some of that stuff did include him. Does he get a cut of some of the dough? So that's nice. Do you ever write him a check? Do you ever say, you know, I feel so bad for this son of a bitch when we threw him out of the band?
No, I
Don't feel anything.
No. I feel it. You know, I know his
pain.
I know his brother. I know the family and stuff, and we chat and
He
stuff.
hasn't written you letters from time to time. Said, "Listen, come on, help me out. It's killing me. You
How
guys."
about a reunion?
You
He's
guys-
got his pride, Howard.
He does. Was he thrown out of the band because he was so good looking?
No.
It was his drummer.
You know what? The truth was, we just kind of fell in love with Ringo's drumming.
Right.
Ringo was in another band, and we had Pete, and we were working, and we used to go see this other band. We said, God, that drummer's good.
Right.
And one night, Pete couldn't do it, and Ringo sat in for him, and we all just went, It was like, oh my God, what is
What do we do
happening?
now?
There was something funny going on.
Yeah.
Behind us was this powerhouse, and this person who was like taking care of the job, and we went, oh dear.
Is the lesson learned from that
Never miss work.
Never miss work. Just show up and don't give anyone that opportunity. That's probably
Even if you're
it.
very ill,
Right.
show up.
No,
Don't let Ringo sit in for you.
I haven't spoken to you since George Harrison died. I mean, how you doing with that? That's got to be major.
Well, you know, how are you doing with everyone dying? You know, like your mum and dad. I mean, you know, I've lost both my parents. I lost John, lost George, lost Linda. It's very tough. You want them back.
Right.
You want them back all the time, you know. But I think in the end, you do what I do, I think most people do, which is just remember the great stuff.
Right.
You know you can't get them back.
Are you sad every day?
Yeah.
Do you wake up feeling like there's an empty hole in your heart? Especially with Linda gone.
not every day, but, you know, through my life now, you know, if there's ever a reference or if ever I think of a story, including George,
Right.
obviously there's a sadness to it now that wasn't there before.
Is his son in touch with you at all? His son looks eerily like him. I mean, it's
Yeah,
just like the
he's
same.
great. Danny's a lovely boy, yeah.
What is he? He's a musician.
He's a musician, yeah.
He's trying.
He is, yeah. He's really good.
Big
He did a
mistake, though, for
fantastic-
any kid of a Beatle to go into music, right?
Well, you know, but again, what are you going to do? It's like children of famous actors, children of famous anything. They're born with the gene.
Yeah.
So you either just go, no, well, I can't top that, or you move into another field, or you just have to go with it, you know. And so you've had Julian, He's
Right.
got John's genes. You know, you've got Sean.
Right.
And Danny. My son James is a great musician. He plays, doing an album with him.
So
And
does he have to-
Ringo's kids, you know, are all great drummers.
What's your philosophy with kids? Does James have to go out and make a living, or do you say to him, look, I'm a wealthy man. I'm going to set you up. I'm going to give you a couple $1 million. You got a trust fund. Go ahead, live your life. Go be a musician. And if you never get a job, I don't
You
care.
know, I think what you end up doing is kind of something in the middle, because I want anyone these days, particularly my kids, obviously, or the other kids we're talking about, to have a hunger
Right.
that we had.
How do
you
they have
get
that?
And how do you get it? Well, that's what I mean. So I think you can't get it, is the answer. So you have to come in somewhere in the middle.
So if your son says to you, I want to be a musician, you support that.
Yeah.
And you don't say to him, hey, go get a regular job at a florist and, make a job.
Or
No,
sleep
you
on
know, if he
music
wanted-
studio to get, studio time and
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
You know, if he wanted to go and, be a florist, he would have done that.
Right.
But it's in his genes. Since he's 9, he's been playing guitar.
Are you depressed by the world situation right now?
Yeah, I'm not exactly happy about it, but I'm an optimist. I think when
Are
you've
you?
been around. Yeah, I think when you've been around a little while, you've seen stuff. You've seen Vietnam, you've seen Nixon, you've seen 9/11, you've seen all this stuff, and so. I mean, we're at a not very good place at the moment, especially with the economy.
Right.
But I am an optimist. I sort of think it comes around.
You excited about the new president?
I sure am.
Where are you?
I really am. I'm reading his book.
Where are you living right now? Like, are you?
England.
England.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah. Oh, well, totally.
You don't go out to the Hamptons anymore. You're done
I
with that
do.
scene.
In the summer, I go
Right.
out there to be photographed by the paparazzi.
Right.
And to have my privacy intruded on.
Absolutely. We'd love to see
Why
you
not?
date. It's fun. I like it. I heard Christy Brinkley, by the way, just to finish that story,
Yeah.
was very into you and was really on the hunt for you that night. That's what I
Really?
heard from
You
my
heard
friend.
that? Well,
look,
yes, and she even got dialed up and was looking for him in a lot of different places. That's what I heard.
She was stalking?
Yeah,
Paul?
not stalking, but very interested.
Well,
You should have
who
banged
can
her.
blame her?
You should do it. Give it to her one time.
Howard, you are just so bad. Honestly.
And how do you like being a father now with a young kid?
I love it.
You love it.
I really
Are you
love it.
hands-on?
Yeah, man.
What do you mean?
I
You're
mean,
walking around
okay,
with-
here you go. Let's see, a typical morning, which will be Monday morning, this Monday.
Go ahead.
I get up at 6:30. I make breakfast. I get her up. I get her dressed, and we watch a TV.
There's no
thing.
nanny?
No nanny.
What?
I take her. I drive her. We go to school. I talk to the moms. Talk to the teacher. Drop her off at school. Pick her up after school. I love it.
You're not too exhausted.
No.
At this point in your life, you've done it all.
No, I know what you mean. Certainly getting up at 6:30, you go, "What am I on?" But I love it. I do.
But
I
you
love
have to
her.
share. But you have to share custody. Isn't it hard to let go of her and send her off with her
No,
mom?
no. You know what, Howard? In truth, I don't really want to talk about that because that's
Right.
very private.
Very
all that.
private. But you
the
should talk
truth
about
is,
it with me. Go ahead.
I can tell you
Yeah.
because there's nobody listening.
No one is
right?
today.
But to all the people who might be listening in their cars, I
Right.
want to send big kisses and hugs. Okay?
That's right.
But we're just saying, you hate to, miss the days with her when she's not with you.
She's like I say. Let's assume like I'm trying not to talk about her.
Go ahead.
But she is edible.
Right.
She's 5 years old. And she's a beautiful, beautiful girl. So I want her to have her privacy.
Right.
But in answer to your question, yeah, I'm very hands-on, and I really love it. It's a thrill. There's such an education.
Do you think you're a different dad?
Yeah, I'm different now. Yeah.
You're better.
Well,
at it. The other
yeah.
kids are jealous or resentful of your young child.
No, they've got all their own kids to deal with.
They've come to peace with it. They don't feel like
I don't
this
think
kid's
they-
going to get more of the loot, the
No,
McCartney
no.
fortune.
No,
All right.
They're not worried about that.
no, that's no.
What is it, Gary? How dare you interrupt my interview?
Mr. McCartney has to go very
All right,
soon,
all right,
sooner
so
than
let
we
me get to
thought.
the,
So we're
let
going
me
to talk
talk
about the new
the
record.
album. Now, I took the album home last night,
Yeah.
and I listened to this because I said, is this going to be good? And
Yeah.
it is good. And I'll tell you my two favorite tracks
Okay.
because I played them already, but I'll play them again. Now, I don't know if do you put out a single with a record like this?
You kind of put out like a radio play single kind of thing. Yeah, but it's
What's
not like
the single?
Sing the Changes.
That's number 3, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me play a little of this. But I feel the tracks that you should go with
Yeah.
are singles. And what do I know? You know
Well,
what I'm
you
saying?
might know something.
As you know, my favorite McCartney song is Blackbird of all time. You understand that?
Oh, thank you.
Well, of course. Everybody should have that as their favorite song.
No, they shouldn't. They should
What is
have
your-
Maybe I'm Amazed.
That is from Wings.
On the cusp.
On the cusp of the
Yeah, okay,
Wings
all right.
indeed.
I like the two tracks,
Or Hey
Highway
Jude. There's
and
Hey Jude,
Light
too.
from Your Lighthouse. I feel you really hit the nail on the head with these tracks.
Well,
cool.
let me hear.
Let's play them.
What's the
All right.
single?
All right, here's the single first, because I didn't play this
Yeah.
morning. Not saying this is a bad track. I like it.
Yeah. I'm into it already. Listen
want
to that
dance.
guitar. I love this. Now, how could they just make this up in a day?
Now, by the way, that's pretty impressive.
Made up in a day.
You're saying there's 13 tracks on the record, and you did each one in a day.
Yeah. And I want to hear one of them now.
Oh, okay. Voice sounds good. Good cue. You're excited about a new record.
Why not?
Look at you.
You want to go out and
It's
perform
like you're
this?
20 years old. Why don't you go out and perform some
Yeah,
of
you
these
want to go out
songs?
and perform this? You
What
want
are
to
you
be
doing?
back on stage?
I am performing it now on your show. Go.
I didn't know you danced. You sound good.
It's to heaven. Oh, yeah.
You're saying you made up the words as you went along.
Yeah. Yeah, it was...
Don't you have? Doesn't that lead to regrets, though? I mean, don't you go? Maybe I should put more thought.
You know
into
what
this.
it's like? Improvisational theatre, improv, that I've heard about for years. You hear actors talking about it, and I always thought, I wonder what that'd be like, you know, just making it up as you go along. And this is that.
I'll
Yeah,
tell
you don't
this
want
is-
to tinker with it at all while
It's-
you're listening.
Well, no, because once you do it, I mean, that's it. The whole idea is that you're kind of dredging up something from your subconscious, and so then you're just going, okay, now what is this? And actually, a journalist the other day from Rolling Stone was he read me back the lyrics to this one.
Yeah.
And it sounded like a poem. I'm going, wow, because I've never heard them. I just made it up. We cut it and pasted it. The producer did, and I just go, yeah, that sounds nice. It's a good record. But
Here
the
to me-
lyrics are actually not bad.
Here to me is your best track on here. I mean, it was based on one album. Listen, you know, this is good. Very good riff here. I like this, and I like your voice on this.
Highway.
Yes.
All right.
Very good.
Running to the night time, baby, looking like a wreck. Got too many highlights and a rough bite on the neck.
See?
Looking for some baby.
Come around. What's that sound?
Should have had sex with Renee Zellweger to this song. Not with you.
Looks like he was doing it right here.
Give it to her hard, right there. Wow.
That's good.
Howard, honestly.
Let me that's good. And the other one I really like is, and I'll play these all the way through later, but because I got limited time with you. Here's this is another one. This
By
is-
the way, if my children are listening to this,
Go ahead.
don't listen to Howard.
Ever?
He can sometimes be a little vulgar. Don't grow up like this, children.
Oh, come on.
He's nice, he's lovable, but
You love him.
Did
I
you,
do love
Let me
him,
ask you a question.
but not in
Personal
that way.
question. Did you have to go to your daughter Stella? She was very vocal against you getting married to your previous wife. Did you have to go to her and say, honey, you were right?
No, we don't talk about stuff like that.
You don't with the kids?
You just get on with it. It's okay.
You got a better attitude than I do. Do you play Guitar Hero? Do you play any of these video games?
No.
You've seen any of these
He
new
can
movies?
play
I've
guitar.
seen them, yeah. They're doing a Beatles one.
They are.
Yeah.
You're okay with that?
Can be quite cool, yeah.
Yoko said okay. We'll do one of these. I would love to be
We
at these
all
meetings.
said okay. Yeah. No, it's going to be pretty
You know-
cool, actually. I might learn to be a Beatle.
In the office, we were talking about how, can you believe that they're still playing Beatles songs and young people are turned on to Beatles music?
Oh, my kids love it.
Did you ever dream in your,
No, we didn't think we'd go beyond a couple of years. That was was the truth, because nobody did in those days. So we just suddenly, after a couple of years, we were like, oh, we're just starting.
How about my daughter just finished, she just graduated college. She just finished a college class in the Beatles.
Yeah.
And loved it, like her favorite thing.
Wow.
Like a college class.
I know. It's
That's
amazing.
insane.
Isn't it? Yeah. It
Paul,
really
you
is.
should let your kids grow up listening to Howard. I grew up listening to him, and look what happened.
Yeah, well, see? Children, take a look at this guy.
Paul, let me ask you
He's
something.
lovable.
Artie, this is Artie, Paul. Artie's struggling with drugs. You struggled with cocaine for a good year, right? True? When you were with the Beatles.
I didn't struggle.
I never heard that.
Yes,
Never heard drugs
yes.
with him.
Paul
struggled.
Never heard drugs with him. He got arrested.
I
Well,
was
for
a
pot,
young
right?
man, and that was part of the picture at that time. But I would advocate young people not to do it.
I know
it's
that.
no good, man.
Yeah, but how did you get off cocaine? You were addicted.
Were you?
I was
Yes.
not addicted. No,
You
I
were
was.
addicted.
Why are
You
you
were on it
telling
for
me
a
he was
year.
Honestly.
Everyone knows you were addicted. Now, why are you lying?
You didn't know you were addicted, but
You
you
know
were
what? I was actually very lucky because all this stuff is, as you know, and everyone knows in the world, the kids know particularly, it's a peer group thing.
Yes.
Suddenly it appears and somebody's doing it, and then you go, oh, and you don't have the wisdom to sort of say, no, I can stand back from this.
But you tried heroin, too.
No, not really.
Yes.
No,
What
I
do you mean,
didn't.
not really?
No, I didn't. Well, what happened was the same person I knew who had introduced me to coke. He did heroin, and he once sort of said to me, "Do you want to try it?" You know,
Right.
and just the fear, I just sort of said, "No, no."
Like
no,
snorting it, right? Or not?
Yeah,
No needles.
Yeah. No,
yeah,
no,
but
no,
John
no, no.
and Yoko got into it. Were you?
I understand they did, but that was not when I was with them, so I don't want
That
to
was
kind of
not
say
your
anything.
thing.
That's I don't know.
Right.
No, but the good thing was that I kind of got really fed up of it because you can get easily fed up of it.
Yes.
Because it's a kind of.
Oh, really? Because
Kind of drug.
I wasn't making a joke. I had read that for a year you did cocaine and you felt that you were addicted to
No,
it.
I wasn't addicted to it. No, I sort of did it because it was like the thing everyone did, at that time. But I was very lucky because it was actually just before it broke mainstream. So for that year, I just sort of did it and then went, oh, you know what, this is a mugs game. And I stopped it. And then just about everyone I knew in the world, including lawyers, bankers, businessmen,
Right.
everybody,
The straight people.
the straight people, suddenly started being really heavy into it. So I was very lucky. I actually got out.
Good.
Right there and then. And I said to kids, because a lot of people knowing, the good thing about this is you can advise kids. What I used to say to kids, I say, look, I know it's a peer pressure thing. So what I would advise you to do is you can't kind of say, oh, no, I've never tried it. Because then, the kid, oh, you've never tried it, sucker. So I said to them, no, what you do is you say, oh, no, I've been through that. I gave it up. And
Now-
they go, wow, cool.
Yeah, actually,
Why
that's
did
a
you-
good
my
point.
advice.
That is
Just
good.
bullshit them.
But
Why
do you
bullshit?
still
Bullshit.
smoke pot? Do you still smoke pot?
No.
You don't smoke weed?
I don't
You
do
still
nothing
vegan?
like
You
that.
still veganing up?
I'm vegetarian, not vegan.
Oh, why?
Why?
Yeah, why not vegan? You'll eat eggs?
Because
He likes
I like
cheese and
cheese
eggs.
My thing about it all is kind of cruelty to the animals. That was the original
Idea,
thing.
right.
So you don't have to kill a chicken to have an egg.
Why did you...
In fact, if you leave a chicken's egg, if the cockerel hasn't got there, she will leave it too. So that's kind of doesn't hurt anyone.
A chicken really is... an egg is a chicken abortion, in a sense. True?
Not really.
Yes.
It's not how we like to think of scrambled eggs. But anyway, Howard, listen, I'm really glad you
why
like
is
the
the
record
okay, let me
Fireman,
ask you a
'cause
question about
I'm
Fireman.
pulling it back to the
Why
original.
didn't you call the record McCartney record? Why Fireman?
Because I felt like I kind of would have betrayed this whole idea of the fireman.
Right.
If you think about it, when we made Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band,
Right.
that's the Beatles hiding behind that. That was the original idea.
Right.
Was that we had a song, we said, let's pretend we're not the Beatles. Because we were getting a bit fed up of walking up to a mic, oh, this is a John Lennon vocal. I've got to sound like him. I've got to be like... I said, well, look, let's not do that. Let's just pretend we're in another band. You are Dirk. You
Right.
are Barry. You can go up to the mic and free yourself of all of that sort of baggage.
But why
And you
fireman?
can just do that.
Why the name fireman?
Fireman, I like, I work in the woods sometimes, maybe it's a little hobby of mine. I make
You
trails.
walk in the woods?
I make trails in the woods with my chainsaw.
That's what you're busy with?
It's a balancing thing. So consequently, you make fires out in the woods. So I like that. My dad was also a fireman.
So you are you identify with firemen. That's that image. All right, listen.
And plus, putting on the concert for 9/11, you know, the fireman.
Next time, if you ever come here again, I want to talk to you about coffee enemas, which Robin receives. I want to know if you're into that at all. That's right. Robin is into that. But
I may
here's what
never be back, Howard.
You'll come back. I'll see you
You
again.
don't want to ever have
Paul,
that
I'm getting the high sign,
conversation.
but I'm going to leave everyone with a song that I think is one of the best tracks on the Fireman
Let's
record.
do it.
I'm going to play it right now.
Howard, thank you for having
Thank
me. Robin,
you.
thank you
It's
for
been a
proposing
pleasure.
to me.
Do me a favor.
I love
I
you.
never have
I'll
enough
do it
time with you.
again.
I would like to.
guys.
You see this movie, Frost Nixon? I need you to give me 18 hours.
Yeah, okay.
We'll sit down, we'll videotape.
Yeah.
And it'll be your complete life. I will
will.
go through everything.
It
will,
would
yeah.
be great.
I want. Robin suggested I do this after she
This is my
has sex
next
with you.
proposal.
Nervous just because I'm a big fan of Howard. Howard is the man. Seen the movie. I love Fart Man, by the way. That's incredible. I want that to come out. But yeah, excited to be here. You know, hopefully we get into some deep issues. Never know what to expect on Howard though. Brody, you're on, man. Oh, I'm on. Oh, jeez. Guess I'm going.
Brody Jenner is here. Brody's on a show called Bromance. Artie was making jokes about the idea of bromance. I don't get it either, like why any guy would go on TV trying to
Well,
be...
he's a pretty good-looking guy.
This kid has banged more hot chicks. This is one
Have
of
you
his...
seen him?
Here's one of his I haven't seen the kid, but here's one of his throwaways.
What is that?
That is a hot chick.
I don't know.
And bra and...
Who is it?
Hey, is this
What's
one of
her
your...
name?
Hey, Brody, this is one of your throwaways, huh? Look at this kid. You're my kind of hero. Who is this chick?
Where'd you find that?
What's her name, Cara?
Cora, yeah.
Cora, wow.
Yeah, with a name like Corey, you have to have a body like that.
You gotta, I mean, I hope Jay's buying that, right?
When you see a good-looking girl like this...
Yes.
And thanks for coming on the show, Brody.
Oh, thank you for having me.
And we'll talk about bromance in a minute.
No worries.
And you are a good-looking kid. There's no question about it. You know it. The girls know it. Even guys know it.
When did you know it?
When did you know you were that good-looking? When did you start having the power over women?
I mean, to be honest, when I was like, 13, 14, I was actually kind of chubby. I was like kind of,
Really?
I was a little chubby, but it was good because, my friends would always squeeze my little rolls and stuff. And
Right. Would you go to the gym? You start working out?
No, I actually started surfing. Ton of surfing
And
and
that
hit the
gets you in
growth
shape.
spurt. Yep, it does.
It's better than being chubby when you're 28.
Yeah. So this girl's name is Cora.
Yes,
She's
Cora.
a model?
Yes, she's a lingerie model.
I'm looking at a picture of this girl. She's perfect.
How do you meet her? I
pretty-
mean, do you just call the agencies and have them sent over?
I mean, we did that a couple of times.
Oh, you did?
I did not. My friends did.
What a girl.
But, no, yeah, she's beautiful. We met out in a club.
How old were you when you lost your virginity?
I was 15, actually, 15 years old.
So you're Bruce Jenner's kid,
Right.
But Bruce wasn't around a whole lot when you were growing up. It was more you and your mom. Your mom was on
Yes.
_HeHo, a good-looking woman.
Yes.
Linda
Thompson.
Linda Thompson,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Yeah.
And your dad, do you see him now, or is it kind of like, we don't have much of a thing?
No, we do. We're definitely kind of rekindling that. Growing up, obviously, he was with the Kardashian. He lived with the Kardashian family.
Right.
And I stayed with my stepdad, who was on the show, David Foster,
Yeah,
who
David Foster.
wouldn't take the elevators.
Right.
I love that story. I love how you roused him and kept him downstairs. That was great.
You had kind of one of those screwy Hollywood childhoods. In other words, Bruce Jenner's your dad.
Right.
Linda Thompson's your mom. How old are they? How old are they when? How old are you when they divorce?
I was about 2 years old.
Right,
when
2
they
years
divorced,
old.
Yes.
Your dad moves out.
Yep.
Somehow he takes off and does his thing.
Yep.
And your mom remarries David Foster, famous music guy.
Right.
He becomes your stepdad. Mm-hmm. And yet he kind of, when they divorce, you don't even hear from the dude.
Yeah, I hear from him occasionally, but
Is it weird for you?
It's a little weird, growing up and seeing somebody who's there for you, almost pretty much your dad,
Did you
there
love the
every
guy?
day. Yeah, of course, I still do. I still love
And you
him a
had
lot.
a good relationship with him.
I had a great relationship and still do, but I know he's kind of at that time in his life. He's reliving the past, I think, and he's really enjoying, being single and being out there. So,
Do you feel
and working
rejected
and
by
stuff.
him?
No, I don't feel rejected. I really don't feel rejected. I'm kind of used to that, and as far
Yeah,
as
your
my
own
dad, I
dad.
mean, and to be honest, I think it made me a stronger person.
David Foster has a daughter.
Yes.
Sarah
a few
Foster.
of them. Yeah, he has Aaron, Sarah, Jordan.
I used to watch Sarah on MTV. I beat off to her. What was that like? Did you live in a house?
Hey
with
man,
her?
I used to spar in the showers.
Yeah, I bet. Did you?
Step.
That's your stepsister?
Yeah, stepsister.
Not by your mom.
No
didn't
blood.
give birth to her.
No.
So did she live in the house with you?
No. No. She lived with her mom. Yes, exactly.
It's so dysfunctional. You're
It's
living.
crazy. Yeah. It's,
Yeah, did you
it's all
have
over
one
the
of
place.
those holidays where you're running around to different households?
Honestly, they tried to do that. You know,
Yeah.
all the families tried to get us over there for each little holiday.
So
but
if you had to bang one of your stepsisters, I'm talking about Sarah Foster or Kim Kardashian. Who's more your type? Who would you rather bang?
Or any of those Kardashian girls?
Which one's better?
I mean, it's hard to say that. You know,
For me, it's not. I'll tell you who my
Well, you're
choice
not
is.
a bro.
I think yours is Sarah, right?
Absolutely. Kim Kardashian's got an ass as big as a fucking trunk.
Beautiful face, though.
Beautiful face.
You know, but
she's
a lot
not.
of people like that. You know, a lot of people
I
like
don't
the,
like
the
that.
big
Not-
eye. Well, you
well,
know,
I
some
like
people do.
I like the little Kardashian one.
Which one, Chloe?
Well, I don't know the name.
What is she,
The-
nine?
I hope it's not my little tiny little 9-year-old.
No.
Artie likes him
Artie,
young.
you
Hey,
going
watch it.
back
And
there?
that one is blood. That one is blood.
No. The smallest Kardashian, bro.
Chloe. It's Chloe.
That's the 9-year-old.
That's a 9-year-old.
I mean, yeah.
You can't go out with her.
No, the 9-year-old's a Jenner, right?
Actually, yes.
Oh,
you're
yeah,
correct.
right. I'm talking about
A Kardashian.
You want a 9-year-old to
about
sit on
Chloe.
your face?
No, who put up sitting on faces?
I don't know.
Where the fuck are you? You're crazy.
You're out of your mind.
I like the littlest, the one.
the
littlest
Kardashian.
one, yeah.
Right.
All right.
Chloe.
Okay. Does the little one have the big ass yet?
You know, I think they all are
They have
well
the
endowed in the
Kardashian
butt
ass.
areas.
Does
Yeah,
anybody
yeah.
actually work out over there, or they just let their ass get to be the size of a house?
Now the little one, if you can find a picture of her, is she's. I mean, I like
She's
I like
cute?
Kim too. I like Sarah Foster. They're all hot. What the fuck?
So when you say
Casey, my real sister, Casey, is beautiful. As well.
Yeah.
She's married though.
Yeah, everyone's so beautiful.
You know, I'm looking at him, and
he
I'm
looks
saying
he looks more
that-
like his mom though.
No, he looks a lot like Bruce.
No,
and
he doesn't.
He has his original nose.
Yeah. Hey, what'd your dad do? What'd your dad? Did you ever say to your dad, "What the fuck did you do to your face"?
You know, I thought it. I
did?
definitely thought it. Yeah, I've seen pictures of him back in the day, and I didn't think there was
Good-looking
any.
guy.
I didn't think. I think I'm right there with you. So
I think
was a little-
probably what happened to him, I think he was so famous and such a big deal. You know, Bruce Jenner, all-American athlete, everything, and photograph. He probably he focused on something on his face that only he saw. He was a good-looking dude.
Right, I agree.
And he must have gone plastic surgery nuts. You're not into any plastic surgery.
No,
right? You're a
no,
good-looking dude.
no.
You
Yeah,
don't need any
no
help.
plastic surgery.
No, you
I
don't
try
need
to
that.
stay away from
Did you
that
talk to your
stuff.
old man about it? You said, Dad, you think I should get plastic surgery?
Never had that conversation with him. No,
Right,
I
yeah.
never had that conversation with him. You know, I'm very close to my mother. I tell my mom that all the time. I tell her, do not get plastic surgery.
So what happened with you? Not only are you a good-looking dude, but you get on TV. You get on, the Hills? What
Yeah,
is the Hills?
well,
I don't even know, man. I'm sorry. I'm so out of it. I'm turning into an old bastard. But you know what I mean? Like
I
should
don't know if
that.
it's a show or a I don't know what is it.
Nobody really knows whether it's real or not real, but you
What-
know,
you
of
must
course,
know.
it's totally real.
It's real?
I mean, yes, it's
As much as they can write
it must exactly. You know, it's a lot of these shows are.
How'd you get on that?
My best friend at the time, Spencer Pratt. I don't know if you know who Spencer Pratt
Heidi
is. but-
Montag and Spencer Pratt.
The
I know- I see,
Spidey couple. Yeah, so at the time, we actually did a show, executive producer show, and created a show called Princes of Malibu.
You
when I was
created that?
Yeah, I created it, and
Okay.
when I was 21. And it was crazy because Fox would only pick it up if we had to pretend it was totally real, which
I
was
see.
basically taking advantage of my stepdad and pretending, you know, like I hit golf balls into his studio and stuff. And they said, hey, we'll pick up the show, but you have to pretend this is totally real. Even though we created it, we filmed it ourselves to sell the pilot to, Fox television stuff, but we had to pretend that we were really doing this.
What's the matter?
I have to say something.
What?
No, I'm sorry.
No worries.
I'm sorry, bro. Benji, I'm going to throw up from
What is Benji doing? Excuse us for one
Look
minute.
what he just fucking.
What are you
look
doing?
Come on, Benj. This is like
This
that's
is typical
ridiculous.
Benji.
This is so gross.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that fucking shit he's putting on that salad.
Benji.
It's
What is that?
I can't smell. I can't.
It's
smell it.
it's 7:13 in the
I know.
morning.
I was like, where are the eggs and
It's like
bacon?
a deli. It's like a deli back here. Look, he's got this shit.
Tell us what you're doing, Benji, real
got a
quick. You're
buffet.
interrupting
Ranch
Brody.
dressing.
He's here
over
promoting.
Salt.
What are you
I have
doing?
a salad.
You gotta leave with it. You gotta go outside.
Go outside.
I can't. You're gonna make me throw up.
You guys
Art,
gonna
you
film.
don't. Okay, wait. I'll get rid of it. But Art, you don't smell it. You looked at it and then you saw it.
I smelled it too. I
I'm
thought Brody Brody
smelling
had a
it.
problem. Honestly. I didn't know what was going on.
You guys don't smell it.
I said, thank God this
Benj.
kid at least smells.
Benj, I smell it.
I'll take it out.
I do smell it.
If I took it out, you wouldn't be able to guess if it was in or out.
Yes, I would. How
No,
much
you
you want to
wouldn't.
fucking bet? I'll bet you anything you want.
All right,
You don't
let's-
want to do this now. I'll just take it out.
Brody Jenner is here.
Brody's got limited time too. You
What
know?
do you want me to eat?
sounds
Doing
like-
McCartney?
No, I don't want you to eat that at all. That's intrusive.
All right, let's get back
Sounds
to-
like
let's
me and
get
my
back
friends
to it.
right there.
Yeah.
It sounds like us.
Does Spencer Pratt eat like this?
I don't know. Let me see. Actually, he does kind of. Yeah, maybe for lunch.
Brody, tell me what your life is like, though. So you become a television producer. You're a
Right.
young, good-looking guy. You start to date these chicks. It's quite an impressive resume. I think anybody would be impressed with the amount of chicks you've banged. You say you started having sex at 15.
Yes, 15 years
That's
old.
an unusually young age, isn't it?
My brother lost his virginity at 13, so I thought I was late. I was kind of bummed. I was like, damn, I didn't,
As a young,
That's a cool family.
that's a very cool family.
That was
it,
late.
Was it?
I mean, I was for me at the time.
Was it an older woman that you were with?
No, she was the same age.
Same age.
Yeah. So.
And then I was going over your. Let me get to some of your resume here, and then I want to get to this bromance idea because I'm having trouble understanding some of this.
No
These guys wanting to be your friend that badly.
It's we got him crying.
Quite frankly, he's convinced me. I want to get on the show.
But do you want these guys to be your friends based on how they're acting? You don't want to be around these guys.
Well, I mean, it's the thing about bromance is when Ryan Seacrest Productions came to me and kind of had the idea. It was so out there.
How big a douchebag is Ryan?
I actually like Ryan.
You like Ryan?
I
Okay.
do like.
All
I
right.
mean, Ryan. He's a workaholic. He's always
So he
he's
works
there and
hard
then he's
on
there.
the show.
Have
All
you
right.
ever seen him with a broad?
Have I ever seen him with a broad? No, I feel like he's working so much. But have we talked about broads?
Whatever.
Yes, we've talked
Whatever.
about it. I'll just say that.
Yeah, he's working a lot.
All right. So you and Ryan work hard on the show.
Mm-hmm.
You had this idea, bromance, or Ryan brought it to you?
Ryan brought it to us. The
All right.
Seacrest Productions.
So why do these guys want to be your friends so bad? Do they think they're going to get pussy just by hanging out with you?
To be really honest, I think that a lot of people in doing any of those kind of shows, they come to be on television, a lot of time, and they don't really know what to expect. They hear about a reality show being filmed, they want to come try out, and then when they got there and when I asked them the question, why are you here? Why don't you explain to me why you're here? And for guys, it's so hard to, I feel like for a lot of guys, it's very hard to open up with your guy friends. And when I would ask that and talk about their family life, I mean, every single one of these guys started crying and really started breaking down. And it was, I mean, trust me, for going into the show and filming, I didn't think it was going to be like that. And it almost turned into...
Why are they crying? Because they want to be your friends?
I don't
How
think
good
it's...
an interviewer are
I mean,
you?
well, no, I don't think it's
You're like
about
Barbara
being
Walters.
friends. No, but it's
Good
the
for
truth.
you.
But it's the truth. I don't think it's about being friends with me as much as they never had a male companion where they can actually open up and do that.
In
And
other
they did all of a
words-
sudden, which they're used to. I would say they're used to the quote unquote that's gay. You can't
Right.
open up. You can't cry in front of a guy.
But is that what you're asking them to be? A confidant?
No, not at all. And it just happened that way. And they started, crying, and then it came from.
Are they ugly dudes? They don't have anything going on?
No, they're you got to judge for yourself. But I think there's some good-looking kids, and they're all really nice kids.
So the theme of the show is bromance. In other words, they want to be your friend so bad that
Right.
they even cry like bitches because they want to be in your inner circle. They want to be around your friends and your whole life.
Well, yeah, I guess and coming in.
Are you willing to have? Is that the prize? Are you going to let them into your circle?
Yeah, they get. I have a beautiful condo in downtown LA. And they get that for a year, and they get to
They hang out
live
in your
that.
condo?
No, they get to. I give it to them.
You're going to give them your condo?
I'm giving it to them completely. And
Why
there's
would you
another
do
big
that?
surprise. Because I got another place in West Hollywood, so I'll let them take the downtown LA one.
Yeah, so you're not
Far of a
homeless.
commute. Yeah, so, exactly.
So,
I'm moving to a warehouse.
so I'm
gonna
getting the
take over,
feeling that
exactly.
you're really not going to hang around with these guys if they win. Let's be honest.
I wouldn't.
You're probably disturbed.
To be honest, the guy that won is actually very, very cool and down to earth, and I really enjoy his company, and I would hang out with him.
Do you hang out? Does he sit there and talk to you about his problems, and he wants a deep relationship with a man?
We're actually not allowed to hang out because of the show.
His restraining order?
I was going to say, this is like The Bachelor.
Yeah, restraining order.
It is.
This is like The Bachelor. You can't now see your best friend.
Well, I mean, it's
Must be hard for you.
The show is just so crazy going. I wanted to do something different. I love trying things different, and nobody's really delved into the whole male bonding and male relationship factor. So that's.
Do you thank God every day that you don't look like myself or Benjy or
I'll be honest, you
must-
guys. I love you guys, so I would never. I'm not going to say that.
It must be disturbing to see guys that look like me and Benjy, these type of guys.
No.
Benjy over
You should
there
see
with
my
his
friend. All
crazy
my
eating
friends.
Are your friends as ugly as we are?
I mean,
I can't imagine. Are you the queen bee or what?
no. I got we all mess with each other.
Who are your friends? You got other famous kid friends?
First of all, understand he grew up in the home of David Foster. Now, David Foster
he knew everybody.
So Michael Jackson would be in your home. Now, you're a nice-looking guy. I mean, any hanky-panky? Does he?
It's really funny you actually say that because there is a picture of growing up that was in our house that was me, Michael, and a bunch. And I'm right next to Michael, kind of right here. And all my friends would walk by with their cell phones and take pictures of me next to Michael. So every time I call, it would pop up and be like, hi. And they would always give me grief about that.
You never had any overnighters?
No, never been to Neverland.
How old were you when you met Michael? Were you a young child?
I was young, I was probably about 6, 7 years old.
Was he taken with you? I know he loves children very much.
Not that I could tell, it was very brief.
Did he ever say to your parents, why not let him come to Neverland? Why do you not let me babysit?
I mean, I think, no, that never happened. I actually wanted to go. I wanted to go to I wanted to ride the rides and stuff.
Well, you didn't go. Stay home.
Now I'm kind of glad I didn't.
But.
Explain David Foster to me. Should I know who is it?
David Foster is a famous music producer, a writer of songs, right?
Right, yeah.
Very
Barbra
wealthy
Streisand,
guy.
Celine,
okay.
And even your mother wrote a lot of songs.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Celine Dion, would she come over to the house and hang out?
Yep, she'd come over.
Her and Renee, the husband?
Yes, Renee.
He would be there. And Barbra Streisand herself would show up?
Is a good friend of the family.
So this is some way to grow up, right?
It was cool. To me, it was just that was the circle of their friends, and that's who they hung out with. So
his mom was also a girlfriend of Elvis.
Yes. My parents had the worst friends, so,
please, you didn't want to hang out with them.
No. But,
get out of the house.
Your mom went out with Elvis.
Right.
Did she ever bring up Elvis's name?
David would hate that.
Right.
She would.
I'm sure.
There was actually a really funny story if you want to hear it. Larry King. They were at some kind of.
That's how every funny story begins.
It was like a banquet kind of thing, and Larry King and my mom were sitting there, and they had done an interview about Elvis's death or something, and Larry's talking to her. Oh man, I can't believe you dated Elvis.
Can't believe Elvis's penis.
And David was sitting right there, and David just went, you know what, Larry? Why don't we talk about you and all your ex-wives that you fucked? And
Good for him.
Larry, and David and Larry's like, you just insulted me, and they almost got into a full-on.
Wow.
It was.
Good for you. Good for David.
I thought it was funny.
Your mother's is she still a hot piece of ass?
I think she's gorgeous. Yes, I do.
The shots of her and Elvis are really, she's a beautiful woman.
Did she ever describe? Bring her in with you one time because I need to talk about what she did with Elvis exactly. If you could stand it.
See, I'll let you guys. I'll sit out of the room.
You get out of the room.
I'll plug my ears for that.
Like, what did she do to Elvis? Do you ever wonder what was going on with Elvis?
She's got some incredible stories.
Yeah, but the ones I could get are probably a lot better.
I'm sure they would.
I bet Elvis wouldn't give her oral. I guarantee it. Elvis never went down on a woman.
He never did that?
Never. Very rarely.
He was eating everything else.
Did you ever say to your mother, because I've asked my mother if she's had anal with my father and all this. I don't know how honest you are with your mother. Did you ever say to her, did the king ever go down on you? I know he doesn't like that.
I've never asked, but hey, I'll ask her.
Believe me, Brody, you're normal for never asking.
I can't believe you don't ask your mother if she got oral. I can't believe it. You have a very uptight relationship with your mother.
They say Hollywood is so liberal.
See how well my mother reacts when I ask if she's ever had anal.
So Brody, where do you grow up? Like Malibu?
I grew up in Malibu.
That's a nice place, and you get into surfing and all that stuff. And what do you do? So you do the surfing, you work out with the weights, and
it never occurred to you that you needed to be an athlete like your dad?
To be honest, I was surfing. That was my thing. I love surfing and snowboarding. I would, miss a bunch of school and stuff, to be honest, to go snowboarding and do that. I never really got into the track and field. And
that's athletic.
Listen to Brody Jenner's life. I'll tell you what, I don't think many people would pause to trade places with you. Brody is currently dating 2008 Playboy Playmate of the Year, Jade Nicole.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
there she is. She was in here. Look at her. She's a hot chick.
Yeah, she was in here.
She's way hot.
She loves you guys.
I loved her.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man. How'd you get her? At the Playboy Mansion, did you go?
You want to hear this story?
Why not, man?
Well, I actually was actually hooking up with her best friend. This is years ago, though. This is about 2 years ago, and she was her best friend. Jade was her best friend, and so I always just knew her as a friend and got to know her like that. And me and her best friend stopped hanging out. Later on, I ran into her in Canada. She lives in Canada at the Much Music Awards. Ran into her. We started talking. She totally blew me off. She was in San Diego one time that I was in San Diego, and I was like, "Yo, come to my, hotel. Let's hang out." Completely blew me off. I was just kind of, oh man, because I thought she was gorgeous. She was a very cool girl. Blew me off, and then she texted me before the Midsummer Night's Dream party that was coming up. I was extremely excited. However, I found out later on it was a mass text message. So,
I
see. You know what I mean? So you
get to go to the Playboy Mansion for the Midsummer Night's Dream party where all the girls are in lingerie.
That's it's pretty.
What does
cool.
that mean? She sent out a text to a bunch of people?
She sent it to a bunch of people, and I thought it was just me. I'm like, oh yeah, of course, I'll be there. I'll see you there. And then I found out later on as we started dating that it was she was giving it to our girlfriends and everything. Like, hey, hope to see you up at the mansion. But
these women you date are in a league all of their own, and when you're in bed with a chick like this, it's hard. I don't know if it is for you because you've had so many odd chicks. Is it hard for you to hold out? I mean, in order to give them pleasure, are you able to? Do you wear rubber with these chicks?
Of course. You have to wear rubber. Obviously, you got to think about. There's birth control and stuff like that. But if you're not on birth control, you got to obviously protect yourself.
Right.
So yeah.
So does that slow you down?
That helps. Obviously that helps.
Right. Because these chicks are probably expecting big things from you because you're a good-looking guy. You got a big fantasy thing going with them. You're in good shape. When you whip out the schlong, and
the main thing is you gotta clear the pipes. That's I'm gonna be honest.
So
you gotta clear the pipes.
The date.
You've gotta be a lot. You gotta do that.
I do that.
It's just
I always beat off before I bang a woman, even at this advanced age. I'm telling you.
You got to.
Yeah. And when you say you lose your virginity at 15, that doesn't include BJs, right? I mean, you were getting blown before that.
I had a couple of those before that.
I bet 11. I bet you were 11 when you got your first blowjob. Am I correct?
No, not 11. No, maybe 13.
13.
Look at you.
Good Lord.
See, I'm
a charmed life.
I'm different.
Artie got blown for the first time last week.
I'm different. Where
he's 41 and he had a peg.
I always jerk off after a date. I always clean the pipes after the day.
I've done that too, Artie. So
are you faithful?
God, we have so much in common.
Are you faithful to the Playboy Playmate?
100%. Honestly, she's one of the most incredible girls I've ever met in my entire life. So
100%. Until 2009.
But a guy like you can't get married, I don't think, because you just got too much fun, you got too much play going.
Well, I got a lot of stuff I need to accomplish in my life before I start thinking about marriage. Obviously at this stage of my life, she would be the girl that I would want to marry. But I think for both of us, there's a lot of things that we need to accomplish.
Get to 1,000 chicks. You know what I mean? Do that.
Hey, man, how do you know I'm not there yet?
You know what?
How far
Maybe you are.
He was there when he was 15.
Give me a rough estimate. Give me a rough estimate.
So
I don't know.
Can you bang?
That's the
I lost count past 10.
Can you bang a chick at the Playboy Mansion, or is that dangerous?
I never have. It's
a lot
people
of
do it. To be honest, I've walked into the Grotto and people are getting wild in there, but too many people are. It's kind of a.
It's like an orgy scene.
Yeah,
you've never orgied. You never had two girls at the same time. I imagine you've put that together now.
I mean, honestly, yes, I have had two girls at one time.
Look at you.
Yes, I actually had 4 at one time to be really.
Oh,
if you want to be perfectly honest.
Now, what do you do with 4?
Yeah, is that difficult? Is it four women and just you, right? No other guy in the room.
It's a lot of work. I'll say that. You got to make sure that they're into each other. A lot of it is them hooking up with each other.
Would the winner of Bromance get one of the 4?
Were these girls Playboy Playmate types? Were they that good looking? That type?
They were very pretty girls.
Where do you meet 4 girls where you can bang all 4 in one night?
To be honest, I didn't bang all 4, but I was with a girl that liked girls.
Right.
So she.
What type of girl? Is a famous girl?
No, not a famous
just
girl.
A nice girl.
Yeah, beautiful girl. And she liked girls, and so she was a beautiful girl. So she was girls that flocked to her.
Right.
So that would happen, and she would kind of take advantage, and she'd take them.
Were you at a club that night and met 3 women who all wanted to come into your room and hang with you guys?
They liked her. To be honest, they were after her, and I just got to be there.
So when you go there,
in the right place at the right time. Let's say.
So Brody, when you walk into the room and you all go back, you're probably drinking and stuff. You're hanging out. It's probably at a hotel or something.
Right. No, it's back at
her place. Back at the condo.
Place,
okay.
Back at the condo.
So you get all the girls, and something's going to happen because this is a wild group, and they've probably already been all over each other.
Right.
You bring them back, and then they all start giggling and stuff.
Right.
And after they do this, fucking mescaline and everything else, and ecstasy.
Mescaline?
What?
You got to get them going.
What was it, 1978? Mescaline.
All right, my day was masculine. Show my age. All right, listen to me. So, lewds, whatever it is you got.
Right.
So they start giggling and stuff, and then they like get naked or they get in the hot tub or something, and they all start like partying.
Right.
So what do you do? Like, what's your game plan in a situation like that?
I mean, you got to go with the flow. You know,
get naked, you beat off in the corner and just kind of lay back, or
no?
what?
I was with the girl that I had already been with, so I obviously would pay most of my attention to that, and then obviously watch the show, see what's going on around you, and
you didn't bang any of the other three?
No, I didn't.
You did not.
You didn't
No,
touch any
I
of the
didn't.
other girls?
I really didn't.
But they blew you, some of them.
There was some hands and some mouths involved. Let's say that. But
look at you.
But,
you're living hand to mouth.
Look at this. I think Nicole Richie is very attractive. Now, some people disagree with me. You went out with her for a long time, right?
We did. I've known her since I was a little kid. So same
I would like
kind
to
of
bang
thing.
her. You would go over her house, see Lionel Richie and these type of people.
Yeah, family, friends, and she actually lived in the same building as me in Hollywood. So she was right upstairs. And we got to really know each other. It was. Yeah.
Did she get good heroin?
Oh God,
he's into heroin. Was she your first?
First, no,
she was not.
No, she's not my first. No.
Was she good in bed?
Yeah, she was.
Wow.
She seems nuts. Yeah,
she was.
I would like to do her.
Hey man,
would I enjoy that?
She's married. You'd enjoy it. She's married now.
Did you go
got
to the
kid. I didn't. No.
You did not.
No, I didn't.
Why? Because you're an ex-boyfriend?
I didn't get the invite, so maybe that's it.
Did you ever get to bang Paris Hilton?
No, never.
But they were friends, right?
Yeah.
All through that.
Yep.
And why would you never bang her? I don't understand, especially when she was younger.
Just. Never, it just never happened. Never happened.
They didn't go that way?
No, we didn't go that way. We always were just friends.
You just weren't attracted to her?
No, it had nothing to do with not being attracted to her. Just honestly, with her and Nicole, we were just,
I think
we're
she'd
all
be all
grown
over.
up as friends.
I figured she'd be all over you.
No, I've known them for so long. Nicole just kind of it happened. But
how long were you banging her?
I mean, she's got a kid, and Joel.
Absolutely,
I like
she
Joel,
has
but we were hanging out for about, I'd say, 6 months. Something
nice.
Like that, 4 or 5 months.
Is it a pain in the ass to get rid of a broad like that? I mean, how do you break up after you've been friends your whole life with her?
You just go your separate ways. You don't really think about how you're going to do it or strategize how you're going to do it.
Especially a chick with a black father. It's hard to get rid of him. I tried. It's tough. Right, Robin? Tell him.
You know what I do? I just do something freaky, and they want it like I'm going to eat your ass, and I'm out of here.
I know. If I'm hanging out with a girl for 6 months, if I'm dating a girl for 6 months, I know exactly how to get rid of them. I try to kiss them.
I just go, I'm going to eat your ass like a lollipop. And
I'm out of here.
Can I have a kiss? What? You're so gross.
I don't know how big a fan of the show you are, how often you get to hear our show, but JD he hates you.
Man. Yeah, but
a lot of guys must hate you because of bromance and
it's all good. Yeah, but come on, he's obviously a nice guy.
Yeah,
but JD would have been a perfect contestant on Bromance.
No, he wouldn't.
Oh, yes, he would.
Yes, he would.
You know that JD would want to be bros.
Absolutely.
He might be too hostile.
He has the same problem with Brody.
JD, you're the opposite of this guy.
No shit. I wouldn't have made the bromance because according to the bromance show rules, you had to be able to get chicks, and I can't get chicks. So.
Is that right? You have to be able to get chicks?
You already give it. No, I mean that was just the first little challenge, but you can't give up that easy.
But that was on extra, dude. You said that on extra.
I got faith in you. I think you could get chicks.
Oh, no,
I might be able to.
I can't. You already tried.
He did. You banged the chick 𝗀𝐫𝐿𝐿, didn't you?
No, Kimberly Kane.
Oh, Kimberly Kane. He banged Kimberly Kane.
Okay.
Kimberly Kane.
He doesn't know. Whatever.
He knows who Kimberly Kane is.
He got laid in Vegas while I was there. It cost me $1,000.
Does that count if you pay for it?
Yeah, it counts.
It counts.
It counts.
Yeah,
You can get girls.
Yeah, come on.
Well, all right.
I never said you could, throw out some cash.
But be honest. You hate Brody Jenner. He's everything that you're not.
I don't know him, but from what I see on the TV and whatever, I hate his guts. I think he's the biggest douchebag ever.
Why do you think he's a douchebag? Be honest. Brody can handle it. He's got the douchebag.
It's all good.
I think Brody will forget this soon.
Yeah, like he's gonna care. But
why is he a douchebag? I think he's jealous. He seems like a nice kid. He does.
Yeah, he's nice. So he's gonna be a douchebag here. But
Yeah, well, douchebags are douchebags everywhere.
Yeah, they can't turn it off.
What does he do?
His whole life is just flaunted in front of every like sort of media, like TMZ and the TV or whatever.
But that's not necessarily. That's not up to me. I don't go home and call the TMZ cameras and say, "Hey, come, come."
Yeah, sure. And the Hills isn't real or fake or whatever.
Well, he's trying to make a living.
Your job is to tape his life.
Real or fake.
You tape his life? Well, I mean, really, Artie's right. Your job is to tape his life.
He lives his life, and your job is to tape his life.
I'm so glad I came here so everyone could laugh at me.
And our job is to talk about his life.
What is the douchiest thing you
He's
saw
the only
him
one
do?
living a life
Be
in the
honest.
room.
Maybe Brody.
I'm
needs to wake
curious.
up call. What is the douchiest thing?
Come on. Let's see it.
Well, you know what? I read a story on like page 6 or something.
Right.
Well, like no one you knew released a story.
Go ahead.
About how he had to turn away girls at a party or something one time. There were just so many girls that he couldn't handle them all, and he just had to turn some away.
Is that his fault?
So is he a douche for that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Would it be fair?
He sounds like he's jealous.
That's fair. I think it sounds
Brody,
like,
I think you hit the jackpot there.
When you were hanging out with Ryan Philippe.
Oh, yeah. What about that?
Yeah, you were jealous of him, too. I mean, you're jealous of him.
No, I was not jealous of Ryan Philippe. No.
Well, he was getting all the women.
Well, no, he had a girlfriend. He has a girlfriend, so.
Well, if he hadn't had a girlfriend there, all the women would have been hitting on him.
Well,
Do you want me to send you out to Malibu and you hang out with Brody and his
No, that's okay. I don't.
Come on. I bet you he'd get you laid.
Do you know how to watch surfboards?
He can at least he could hook you up with 𝐀𝐫𝐿 or someone like this.
Sure. Okay.
Well, hey, my lady's got a ton of hot friends. They're all playmates, so I could hook you up.
Turn him down, JD.
Come on
Turn
now.
him down.
You know what? Me, Benjy, and you'll go out there. See who could fuck.
You guys come to the mansion with me.
That's a bromance.
Why did you kiss Lindsay Lohan and stop at that? Was there a smell? What was going on there? Why didn't you complete the deed with her?
Just never really got around to it. We were just kind of friends, and it just happened. We just kissed.
In other words, when you get as much pussy as you do, Lindsay Lohan's no big prize. In other words, you've got your pick
Did
of the.
she look like trouble?
Yeah.
She's fun. She's a fun girl. I'm going to say that. She's a very fun girl.
She's disturbed?
Is she what?
Is she disturbed?
No, not that I
But
saw.
something must have happened. You started making out with her, and then something said, "I got to get out of this." What was it?
Yeah.
Was she sloppy?
What was it?
Samantha
It was actually
Ronson's dick?
she had.
She had what?
We were. I was in the middle. I was in a bed, and I was in the middle, and it was her on one side, and then one of her best friends was right here. So I mean, we weren't going to go past making out.
I'm just going to leave. Okay.
He's going to go kill himself.
Now he's really
Now he hates you. I don't know why he's holding that against you.
It's all good.
She was with a friend, and it would have been uncomfortable to make love to her in front of the friend.
Yeah, and I just honestly, she was a really fun girl to hang out party, and a lot of times when you make love with somebody, it makes things more complicated than it needs to be. So
is 𝐀𝐫𝐿 one of the best in bed that you ever had?
She's good. She's good. She's good in bed. I'll be honest. My girlfriend right now, she is absolutely incredible.
What makes a girl good in bed for you?
I mean, they got to be a little wild. They got to be a little wild in bed. And
what is wild to you?
I mean, I'm sure it's the same as you. Wild, just fun, and obviously they have.
Dirty
sorry
words?
to be. I'm gonna bring it.
Bring it on.
Multiple orgasms. I think is what's incredible when a girl has.
Is that what I've been missing?
It's the truth. When a girl has multiple orgasms, there is no better feeling
because you
in the
feel
world.
great.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
hey,
great.
She's having a good time. You're delivering the goods.
Exactly.
It isn't necessarily licking her.
And these are real orgasms.
It's orgasms.
Oh no. Oh, I mean, I have scars on my back to prove it.
Wow. Well, I don't. I would like to bring on just one orgasm.
Yeah, you like to have an scar.
I've never been in the room when a chick has had an orgasm. What is that like?
And tell me what it's like for you. I understand, like, you can go to a club. You can get paid $20,000 to just show up at a club and to go to a party. Is that right? And I mean, you do that quite often.
Yeah, I mean, when it gets offered, obviously it's $20,000, and you know what some people do for $20,000. I mean, I feel so fortunate and grateful to be able to go to a nightclub or an event or something like that and be able to make that kind of money. And
what do you do there? You just hang out and you sign autographs?
Yeah, you sign autographs, take pictures with fans, and just hang out and really party with them.
Wow.
They can actually get to you because usually I think you guys are totally away.
No. For the I absolutely love my fans, you know, and I love people that support me. So, you know, obviously it gets a little crazy sometimes, and they, you know, come in.
You ever bang any of your fans? Like, do you ever go to any of these things and let's say you're partying and you're getting paid and
You're
all
not
that?
hooked
And,
up?
Honestly,
hot chick there, yeah.
Honestly, no, not really.
Really?
I don't. Yeah, it gets a little. A lot of them are kind of, you know, I would say maybe stalkerish, kind of a little. It's just you don't. It's
Yeah,
not
you gotta
the.
be careful.
Yeah, it's not really.
No one
you know,
ever
you gotta-
stalks me, I'll tell you that.
I don't know.
I mean, it's fantastic, your life. I have to say something. I understand why JD is jealous. The new show, by the way, is called Bromance. Brody's having so much fun in life.
People are killing themselves to try to
Dudes.
be friends with
They want to be friends with him, you know? That's pretty incredible.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, it's a pretty amazing life. What the hell? I don't think it gets better than that.
I think life is about, you know, celebrating it because life is so short, and I think that, you know, as long as you're doing good things to other people and having a good time, I think that's what life's about.
Mine hasn't been short enough.
Marianne from Brooklyn, quickly for Brody.
I'm on a high for Paul McCartney, but isn't Kathy Lee Gifford your mother? I mean, your godmother? And you must say hi to my daughter Nicole. She's a big Hill fan and a Bromance fan. Howard, you must pick up on her.
All right, is Kathy Lee Gifford your? Is she your godmother?
No.
Oh.
No, but that, you know, no.
All right,
Could
Rick,
you
go
imagine
ahead.
the yapping gossip that must go around that broad's house?
Oh my God!
I heard that Kathy Lee Gifford is her godmother. Oh, you should call. You should call. Isn't Nicole a fan of Bromance? Oh, brother.
Rick, go ahead.
Hey, King, I just wanted to ask Brody, you dated Kristen Cavallari for a year. Does she like to have her ass spanked, and is she shaved down there?
Kristen Cavallari is who? Refresh my memory.
She was on Laguna Beach.
Right,
She did
very
some Laguna
good-looking
Beach.
girl.
Yeah, she's
Is
pretty
she
girl.
shaved fully?
Yeah, she is.
She is. And does she like to have her ass spanked? I mean, what is that all about?
I mean, I think most girls do like to have their ass spanked.
You're a spanker?
I'm not necessarily a
puller?
spanker, but you know, a lot of girls are into that. So I mean,
You don't choke women, do you?
you know, if they ask for it.
Sure, he does whatever the fuck he wants.
All right, let's go to, let's see. Okay, that was Rick who wanted to know if Brody had spanked Kristen Cavallari. All right, here's Joe. He says he doesn't like you.
Okay.
Let's find out
Another
why.
one.
Joe, why? What has Brody done to you?
Hey now, Howard.
Hey now.
I agree with JD 100%. You're a douche.
It's all good.
No, hey, listen. I just wanted to. I did want to ask you why. What do you think the perception is of your friend Spencer Pratt? He's always like vilified by the media. You know, every time TMZ has him on, you know, everybody reports on him.
Is Spencer vilified in the press, and is it fair?
Warranted?
This is the thing about Spencer is that he got labeled as the villain very early on. You know, people obviously didn't like him. They didn't like his take and how he deal with Heidi and the whole Lauren thing. And so he got labeled that, and he knows exactly what he's doing.
Right.
You know, he took
creating
that
a
role.
career.
He took that role and said, "That's fine." Put the big finger in everybody's face and said, "That's who I'm going to be." So all those little cheesy things you see him doing on Valentine's Day and all the little,
it's his character.
It's putting him in every, on every website, every magazine, and he knows exactly what he's doing.
Jason, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I got a real problem with this, man. $20,000 to show up at a fucking party.
But are you jealous?
Well, then don't pay
No,
it.
I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous.
I am.
Please, just hear me out. There are people out there with real freaking jobs. These shows like the OC and the Hills and whatever. I mean, what kind of a reality are you a fake reality are you putting out there for these kids nowadays? It's so.
Well, who are you mad
I
at?
just don't get it.
You sound angry.
I'm mad. I'm mad
He's a kid
in
himself.
general. I'm just mad in general at when I turn on the TVs. It's just nothing but all these rich kids flaunting. And it's not his fault how he was born or who he was, born to. But I mean, it's just flaunted. It's in everybody's face, and
It's hard for you to handle. I see what you're
But
saying.
poor kids, since the beginning of time, poor kids like watching rich kids.
And that's one thing that I wanted to do in the very beginning was separate myself from my parents, and I got a ton
By
of
the way,
shit.
are
growing
you a
up.
rich kid in the sense that, like, okay, yeah, sure, Foster was your stepfather, but he's no longer your stepfather.
Not at all. And that's
your mom probably doesn't have a lot of money.
I pay all my own bills, and that's
But
one
his
thing.
mom has a lot of money.
Does she? From who?
She's not poor.
Right.
She by no means does she have
She
a
doesn't
ton of
support
money.
you. She
no,
does not support you.
not in the. And you know what? That's one thing I did growing up was wanting to separate myself from my parents,
Right.
which was I actually got David a paycheck. I got David paid for the Princess of Malibu, and there was no better feeling for me than to create something and do something that was sold to Fox.
What was
for
your
$3
first
million.
car?
My first car that I ever bought was an Escalade. God, but then I bought myself, you know.
That
And
you bought
obviously,
yourself. All right.
I was raised with privilege, and they bought me things growing up. But the one thing I want to do is separate myself from that, because I did get a lot of grief for being the rich kid.
So you didn't get a car until you bought it yourself?
Oh no! They bought me a car when I was 16. But I mean, but then I bought my first car ever was an
What did they buy
F250.
you?
They bought me an F250 pickup truck.
All right.
All right, Dan, go ahead. You're on the air in Philly.
I just want to say this dude's he's a fucking butthole. I thought I wouldn't get through if I said I hated his ass.
I thought you would
That's
get
why
through no matter.
I met him.
You met him?
No, I had to say that to the screener. I thought I wouldn't get through.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, listen. Thank you,
He's
Dan.
a fucking smacked ass in his bro shit. It's a fucking gay shit, man.
See, that's
fucking idiot. What the fuck is wrong with you with the bro?
That right there, though.
You know how Artie feels about the bro thing.
But that right there, and that's the thing with bromance.
A lot of
People
guys
like
are
that.
uptight about bromance.
And it's because everybody is saying this whole gay thing, right? You think it's gay?
Nothing
It's
gay
like, did
about
something happen to you as
nothing
a
gay
child
about
or
fucking
something?
the Playboy Playmate.
Yeah, it's like, come on now.
Okay.
But do you have a bromance? Do you have a friend, a guy that you can open up to? And
Of course,
you
yeah.
do?
I think it's therapy in a way.
Mine is
To
Fred.
be able to.
Fred.
Yeah,
You got to
that's
have
my-
somebody. you
Never
know?
mind bromance. That's my romance.
There you go.
Let's go to Ralphie Boy.
Hey, yeah, actually, one of his friends on the show was like almost in tears because Brody was looking for a new friend.
Right.
He ran out like a girl. You know, I was sort of in the JD camp. I thought he was a douchebag. I was even working on a list, like, because he's got his name tattooed on his body and he wears his pants around his ass like a wigger. But you know what? He's coming up pretty good on the show. He seems like a cool dude.
Seems like a good guy to me. I like
might
Brody.
have been wrong. You might
Yeah.
not be such a douchebag.
That's right.
Thank you very much.
And let me tell you something. Ralph's a douchebag, and it takes one to know one. Thank you, Ralphie.
He's not in my category.
That's right. Well, listen, Brody, you're obviously controversial. I think some guys are always going to be jealous of you. You got the life. You know?
But is that a bad thing?
Nope. You know, like JD, you know, he's angry. JD wants to be
That's
you.
JD's problem.
What are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, you got a good thing going. You got a couple of these TV shows.
If people are hating on you, you know you're doing something right.
That's right. You got the broads. Listen, the sexual frenzy you're in is few will know. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It seems to me it's your job to pollinate every little flower out there.
Yep.
And give it to them hard and give it to them fast. That's all the advice I'm going to give you. Did you ever bang any of your
good.
teachers?
Never.
Never.
No. Yeah, I had a couple fantasies, but never.
Boy,
never
if anybody
actually
could have
did
done it, I figured it was
I was
you.
going to say, the teachers weren't hitting on you.
Yeah.
No. Like I said, I was chubby back in the day. So.
Looking at all the guys in this room, including myself, we never got to bang the teacher either, so don't feel too bad.
Definitely not.
I like
Thank
you.
you
I
very
think
much.
you're a good dude. And
Thank you very much.
thanks for stopping by and telling us about all these bitches.
Thank you for
I'll
having
tell you
me.
that. You got a lot of
Appreciate
famous ones, not so famous ones. It doesn't matter. It's all good.
Exactly.
You ever bang a fat chick? Probably not. Huh?
You got to take one for the team every once in a while.
Really? Look at you. All right. You're a good man.
Just for the fuck of it, right?
You got to make them happy.
I'll tell you. I'll do me a favor. Before you leave, let JD smell your finger.
Oh.
Okay. Both of you, let him smell your hand.
That's
so
fine.
he can get a
I'll let
little.
him.
He wants to get a little of that stink on his nose. All right, we'll be back right after these words. Brody Jenner, everyone.
Brody, how'd it go, man?
Oh, it was incredible.
What do you like about doing the show?
I just love how real it is. You know, I just love that you can say anything, do anything.
Yeah, is it hard to say anything? Like, you know, you talked about like your past girlfriends and sex life. You think you're gonna get in trouble for anything?
Hey man, it's
or?
Howard Stern. I get the getaway free pass right there. I gotta say, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do on Howard Stern. So.
What do you think about JD? He wasn't too fond of you.
I mean, it's all good. JD I liked him. I thought he was a nice guy, so it didn't bother me at all.
Why do you hate him so much?
Because I hate it, like Ryan says, I hate everyone.
Yeah, but dude, if you had the opportunities he had, you telling me you wouldn't act the same way?
Well, I don't know.
You
I
wouldn't
haven't
be- you
had
wouldn't
those
be-
opportunities, so I don't know.
You wouldn't be banging every hot chick that walked by you?
Well, I don't know. Maybe.
He's just living his life, man.
No.
He's playing the.
Well, I don't
the
need to
hand he
know
was
about
dealt.
it. I don't need to see it on TV all the goddamn time.
So don't watch it.
It's not. Yeah, who's making you watch it?
It's my job to watch it.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
On Tuesday's wrap-up show, we talked about Howard had discussed on the show. He took a bunch of us to a real fancy New York restaurant, and we learned what we did wrong. We learned that I can't come late, and that Robin orders $800 bottles of wine. We discussed how Howard instructed us about the things that we don't do correctly when we go out to eat. Check it out.
What did you think of Robin's reaction, Gary, when Howard asked her what was the deal with the 3 bottles of $800 wine?
As Jeff Probst would say, you were completely blindsided, weren't you? She totally didn't see it coming. When Howard said, I got to talk about you, Robin, she really, I mean, I don't think she saw that coming. And when you're on the show and that happens, that is the worst there could be. It's one thing, like Benjy left that dinner knowing he was 20 minutes late. And Benjy, you knew you were going to walk in and take some shit today, right? You had a feeling?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I did.
Robin had no idea, and that's when it's the worst.
And I understand Robin is extremely generous. I mean, everyone took great pains to talk about how she wouldn't do something like that if someone had done it to her and it was her dinner. But it irked Howard. You could tell. He definitely was set off by it a bit.
Yeah, it's just one of those weird things. It's just when you get the bill, and if you're treating a bunch of people to dinner, I've been down that road before. You sort of calculate it in your head, and when you get thrown a curveball like that, it's just shocking.
Benjy, what did you think of it?
The dinner?
Well, the dinner and the situation.
Robin's $800 wine? I try to be real careful when I order when someone takes me out. In fact, sometimes I don't like it because you don't get what you want because someone else wants to cover it.
I agree with Benjy. It's like sometimes I might want the lobster tail special, but I'm not going to get that on somebody else's dime because it's just it's just not what you do. But I knew there was an issue because, like I said, I had seen the bill and I had seen how much it was, and I thought to myself, well, that's a lot. I know this is a phenomenal restaurant. That's a lot for food. So the first thing that went off in my head was the wine must have been expensive, and I knew there were 3 bottles. And what happened was I went home and I looked up the wine because they gave us these beautiful little folded things with the label for the wine. And when I got home, I saw it online for $400. So I said to my wife, that had to be at least $800 a bottle.
I agree with Robin though. Like once she told Howard to check the menu for do you sure you want a second and third? Maybe she should have been a little bit more insistent. Like, look at that menu, Howard.
She should have just said it. When she got it, she should have. What she probably should have done was, Howard, I'm thinking about getting this bottle here. What do you think?
Right.
And then you see it.
But even asking someone, what do you think? Of course, they're going to say, oh, sure, go for it.
I guess you're right. You know what? Howard wouldn't say, no, don't get that. It's $800. It's a weird thing to be in.
And Benjy, your issue wasn't what you ordered. It was the fact that you never ate it, or you were missing all these signals that have become very apparent to everybody else.
And if you notice, because Gary said to me during the break, Howard made a big deal that I was a half hour late, but I said I got there at 7:20, and Gary?
Benjy did get there at 7:20, but it was still, by 7:10, Howard was furious.
But here's what I don't get, Benjy. You're still 20 minutes late. Hold on. You're still 20 minutes late. Right. Howard said you're sort of on the fringe of the Fab Five, or whatever you want to call it. Wouldn't you take, great pains to make sure that you're there earlier, because you don't have that far to travel either?
Well, Howard had said it's at 7 p.m., and I thought about saying to him in advance, hey, do you mind if I get there like a half hour late?
But why? Already you're
why are you being fashionably late?
Why are you making trouble?
Because I like to sleep first during the day.
But see, you're off. And this isn't about Howard. I mean,
but I decided not to make a big deal about it, just try to get there as soon as
Some of this is about Howard, but I'm going to take Howard out of the equation for a minute and say we all worked at IBM, and our big boss, who doesn't take us out very often, said, I'd like to take you guys out for dinner. If you walked in 20 minutes late, it's as big an issue. It's sort of like it's rude. And it's, especially when it's your boss, and it doesn't happen very often. And listen, I'm not saying I'm a goody two-shoes, but I'm going to tell you right now, Mary came in on the train, and she had to have a choice of a train that got in at 6:15 or 6:45. The 6:45 train probably would have made us 5 minutes late. I'm like, there's no need for us to be late.
Right, yeah, it was a bad idea.
And you know how Howard...
It didn't go over like the big hit that I expected.
Well, you know how Howard is when it comes to stuff like that, too, in terms of punctuality.
I guess, to me, maybe, because I like Howard so much and like you guys so much, I just look at it as a casual dinner with friends. And when I'm
Did
going
you
out
really look at it as a... I mean, I wasn't nervous about dinner, but I know, Howard's putting this on. He's so precise about these things. You know that he hates lateness. You know that he wants everybody... He's mentioned to us several times, make sure you're dressed right. He's very precise about these things. He wants it to run a certain way, and you're aware of that. Now, I'm not saying you have to agree with it, but I'm saying you're aware of it.
See, I always think of it if there's a dinner more than 4 people, you can be within a half hour or so. That's
based on what?
I just think that I don't know.
But you just made that up.
Yeah, it's not in Miss Emily Post.
But I've never heard that from anybody. So if it's more than if we're having 8 people at dinner, then you can be a half hour late.
Yeah.
But that's just insane.
Well, now it can be. That's part of the change.
All right. Now Benji's aware. We'll get out of the vortex and go to Bill in Scranton. Bill, you're on the wrap-up show.
Yeah, hi guys. Great show today. Really like it. It's kind of obnoxious of Robin to order an 800 bottle of wine. It's irrelevant whether someone can afford it or not. Even if you're out to dinner with Bill Gates, an $800 bottle of wine is still an $800 bottle of wine. And quite honestly, Robin or anyone else at that table wouldn't know the difference between an $800 bottle and a $20 bottle.
I know I don't. I'll be the first to admit. I only took a sip of my wine and I poured the rest in my wife's glass. And when the waiter went to fill up my glass, I just don't drink red wine. But if it were white wine, it would have been, instead of $2,400, it would have been $3,200. I would have tanked that right down.
Bill, do you think Robin was hurt when Howard brought that up?
Yeah, I think she was hurt, and probably she deserved it. I mean, that's $2,400 for 3 bottles of wine. That's that Robin with all her altruistic endeavors and the women in Altria. It's just incongruous to order $2,400 bottles of wine and then say, go off on a tangent on other times you're helping poor women in some other country. It's just.
But why can't she do both? Why can't she spend? This wasn't her money, but why can't Robin spend her money the way she wants to and help people in another country?
You know what? If it was her money, that would be fine. But she's spending someone else's money. I think the proper thing would have been to do. You know what? Let me buy the wine. You're buying dinner. I like this wine. I know it's a really good wine. Let me offer to buy the wine.
Bill, I actually think you're off of that. I think the proper thing to have done was to go for a. Robin said, even the lower end bottles of wine were like $100 or $200. Get a $200 bottle of wine. And I think that would have been the way to go. But again, Robin didn't do it with any maliciousness, and I did really feel bad for her today because she did not see it coming, and she was stung by it, stung really hard.
All right, Bill, thank you for your call. Ralph Cirella, you're back on the wrap-up show.
Bill said all of that pretty well. I mean, it really is disgusting. I mean, beyond disgusting, especially in this fucking economy, to go out and order an $800 bottle of wine.
Wait.
One bottle. It's just disgusting.
Wait, Ralph, just if she just went out to dinner herself, you'd still say it's disgusting?
Oh, yeah. And then to heap that on somebody else, and it's like she's got to know Howard. Howard has a tremendous respect for money, and he doesn't throw it around like that. And you know what I mean? I really don't see Howard sitting down and ordering $800 bottles of wine. And like that other guy said, who at that table is really, understanding that? And if it is, like, if I was drinking the $800 bottle of wine, I'd want to know it. Please announce it to the table.
Right. I wish I would have known, because I would have taken a few more sips and I would have said, okay, let me log this away. This is what $800 wine tastes like.
But how do you present that? Do you come out and say, now this is an $800? I mean, what do you do?
It's so tacky. The whole thing is tacky. Don't get started with an $800 bottle of wine. It's ridiculous.
But if Robin wants to spend that kind of money on herself, why is that disgusting?
Oh, because it's just because it's no respect for money. I mean, she doesn't know the difference between as much as she thinks she's an expert. She's not going to know the difference between a $20 bottle and a $200 bottle, and it's just a waste of money. Doesn't she have anything better to do with her money than waste it?
What's up, guys? It's Teddy. On Wednesday's wrap-up show, we discussed Artie's most recent nap from being exhausted as a New York Times bestseller. And some of the callers on the wrap-up show are actually pretty pissed off, so check it out.
Will, welcome to the wrap-up show.
Hey, guys. Dude, it's getting ridiculous. Artie's a fucking sleep. He just left the show. I mean, that's disrespecting Howard so much. Dude, I mean, I know everybody just wants to be whatever and let Artie do whatever. But he's a fucking drug addict who's just disrespecting the show. And I love Artie. I'm a big fan, but it's just, I'm tired of it, man. Come on.
Well, the only thing I could say to you is I don't disagree with a lot of what you said. Is I follow Howard's lead, and Howard at this point does not have an issue with it.
But Gary, listen to me, man. I know you love Howard. You're loyal. You're a good guy. That's why you come off as a good guy. You're a really loyal, good guy. And I know you love Howard. You understand that Howard makes all this possible. I see that. I see that with you. I mean, Artie doesn't realize what Howard's done for him. And, all the bullshit in the book that he dedicated everything to him. But he's not showing it. He's fucking sleeping on air. That's a slap in Howard's face. I mean, I mean, it just is, dude. It's Howard's show, and Howard loves his show, and he would do anything for the show, and Artie's just fucking just making it like he don't give a fuck. I don't know, man. It's frustrating. As a fan, it's frustrating.
Well,
I love Artie.
I don't think I agree with. I love Artie, and I think that there's some level of disrespect, and I agree with a lot of what you're saying. And you understand, like I said, if it's not bothering Howard, then I follow Howard's lead.
You don't think deep down it might be, though, and Howard just don't want to make a big thing out of it, you know, because he knows that if he does say something, Artie might flip out?
I don't think so. I don't think Howard's afraid of Artie flipping out or anything.
Well, I don't think he's afraid. I think maybe he don't want Artie, because maybe he feels Artie might hurt himself or do something crazy. You know, it's not that Howard's afraid of him. It's just he thinks, like, if he tells Artie, you know, Artie, if you do this again, you're out, and Artie leaves the show, he might, you know, go on a binge, and, you know, maybe Howard has a little fear of that, you know.
You might be right. I don't know that anybody's thought it through that much.
All right, Will, thank you for your call. Speaking of Artie, that Rolling Stone article, it's a rough article. I mean, Howard makes a point saying, you know, it's what the book's about, so it's good book promotion, and I agree with that.
It does the job if you're trying to sell more books.
But it's a rough article.
Yeah, I thought so, and I voiced my opinion. I said that, you know, I made the analogy to the Belushi book. It shows all the bad side of Artie, which exists, but none of the good side. It only shows one side of Artie.
Benj.
Yeah.
Do you know if Artie woke up?
As of right now, no. Like, Langford was outside waiting for him.
Yeah, Langford is just to give you the visual, Langford is standing outside the door, the closed door, with his microphone pointed at it to capture when he first comes out, I guess. And I'm sure Artie will be in a fantastic mood when he comes out and sees Steve's.
DePace comes walking by, and DePace goes, how come nobody's going in there? I go, why poke the tiger? I was like, come on, it'll be fun. I was like, do you really want to rattle him? I go, the guy wants to sleep, let him sleep. So DePace went in there with a camera, and he woke Artie up for a minute. Artie got really irritated, and then he just left.
It is a little scary, though, because of the past and the history that we know. Like, whenever that happens, like, what if, God forbid, he died or something?
It would suck.
Yeah.
But what should we do?
Like, keep a heart monitor
Should we
or something
do a drug test?
He's taking a nap, you know, and we'll see if and when he wakes up.
He could lay down at home, and the same thing can happen, Benj. I mean, the lifeline has been thrown to him. He's got to, if he wants it, he's got to pull on it.
We have a defibrillator in the kitchen.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, yeah.
I might take that to my hockey game on Thursday night.
Tom,
I'm playing with all 50-year-old guys.
Tom in Jersey, you're on the wrap-up show.
Gary, you should have Sal and Richard go into that fucking room and rub their cocks against his face.
Yeah, then we'll just get to see a replay of the Artie Teddy incident. Oh, he would. You know, listen, it's not right for two wackos to rub their penises on a heterosexual man who's sleeping.
Listen, I love Artie. I'm a big fan of the show and a big fan of Artie, but I really think he's taking too much credit and too much deliverance to his success and the book and everything. It just doesn't give a fuck. Do you know anybody in a work environment that will allow themselves to go and sleep in the middle of work? That's unheard of.
If anybody can come up with it, please give me the call and let me know.
Yeah, but it's not unheard of here.
Right.
He's done it before.
But who else has ever done it here?
Nobody else.
He gets away with it over and over again. So why not continue? He gets paid $1 million a year to sleep.
Nice.
Well, I think he does a little bit more than that.
Well, you know, but he's still giving himself way too much freedom to do whatever the hell he wants. And you know what? I blame Howard a little bit because Howard lets him get away with it. He should set his foot down and tell him, listen, you're here to work, you're here to entertain. Your absence from the room is, you know, people feel it because you're not putting your share in, and people expect to hear you.
Let's go to Keith in Connecticut. Keith, you're on the wrap-up show.
Artie does a lot for the show, even being like he is now, and that's part of the reason I think Howard, you know, lets him get away with stuff because it makes for a good show.
Keith,
whatever it is.
Do I do a lot? Do you think I do a lot for the show?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you think it'd be okay if I took a day off or maybe took a nap halfway through the show? Because I do a lot. I do a lot for the show.
Yeah, but you're two different guys. You're a producer. You're doing the mechanics of it more than he is. He's an entertainer.
Okay, Benjy is also falls into more of the Artie category. Should Benjy sort of come and go as he